I mean, they knew it was an early start, didn't they?
Yep. And Tyrone doesn't have his tie breaks correct. If you're tied with 2 or 3 other teams in the standings just because you beat the third place team, that's not the first tiebreaker. First tiebreaker is head to head. And then if you can't break it, then you go down the standings to see if you can break it against teams starting at the top. If one team holds the advantage on head to head against those, he does not. He's trying to convince himself he's not in the first game, but he is.
So is there ever a coin flip?
Yes. Yeah.
That would be unusual, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Well, actually, we've had a lot of coin flips because DB and Science Hill have been involved in all of them. At the top, we split during the regular season. There's no way to break it after that.
That's true because they're undefeated. Yeah, okay.
Well, good grief. Good grief. Dum, bum, bum.
This game is being played according to the rules of the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Players can help with sportsmanship also by observing the rules of fair play. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Buck Van Huss Dome on the campus of
All right, welcome into the Buck Van Huss Dome. Dobyns-Bennett's Lady Indian Basketball here with you. We'll start on the live stream. The radio side will join us here shortly. Tonight, Dobyns-Bennett's Lady Indians, fresh off a win last night over Science Hill, set to host the Cherokee Lady Chiefs, coached by my friend Jason Lawson. Starting lineup for the Cherokee Lady Chiefs: Macy McDavid, a 5'7" sophomore. Lydia Alvis, a 5'8" senior. And then Samantha Tilson, a 5'8" junior. Also starting, a 5'6" senior guard, Kaylin Hennard. And then rounding out the Lady Chiefs starting lineup is 5'10" senior Destiny Jarnigan.
At point guard, senior
and now your starting lineup for the Dobyns-Bennett Lady Indians at 5'3" and a senior Jaden Potts.
Senior number 11.
Also a senior Ellie Francis.
At forward, senior number 23.
At forward, another senior Emily Lane.
Forward, senior number 34, Caitlin Wallace.
Also starting senior Caitlin Wallace.
Number 20.
And senior Jabria Johnson. Tonight is senior night. It's a 7-member Lady Indian senior class that also includes Morgan Cordell and Abigail Mead. And usually on senior night, you like to start all of your seniors, but when you have a 7-member class, that is not allowed.
Well, it's also since the 5 starting tonight have been the starters for the entire season.
Yep. Was told to tell one time as an AU coach that sent his entire team out there to start on the opening tip. And when they whistled him and told him he couldn't do that, he turned and told his parents, he said, "See, I told you they couldn't all play." They couldn't all start. All right, we are underway here at the Buck Van Huss Dome. Emily Lane on the controlled tip. She'll hand it to Potts against a 2-3 zone here from the Lady Chiefs. Left side to Ellie Francis. Francis swings it in the corner to Potts. Potts back out top to Wallace, over to Lane on the right side. Lane driving right baseline, skip past to Potts. She'll kick it back out to Francis. Now Wallace in the corner to Lane will fire the 3. Shot by Lane, back iron no good. Tipped, controlled by Cherokee on the controlled tip. That was Hennard with it. And the Lady Chiefs with their first offensive set. Hennard has it. Over it goes to McDavid. Out front, this is Jarnigan. Hennard with it, and back to McDavid, and back to Hennard. Dobyns-Bennett won the first meeting between these two in Rogersville. Alvis, it was a low-scoring affair. It was Cherokee very, very patient and methodical on offense. Dobyns-Bennett has opened here in a man-to-man offense, driving baseline all the way through. For the layup attempt is McDavid. She's fouled on the attack.
Yeah, baseline move there, and I think Johnson got her. Yeah, she did on the arm as she was going up off the shot. Jabria came in for the help, and as long as you keep your arm up straight at the top, they may not call it, but she did wave there, and she hit McDavid on the line, on the hand rather.
So the foul is on Johnson, her first, team first. A free throw by McDavid is good. Second toss by McDavid, that rattles in as well, and it's 2-0 Lady Chiefs.
20-point victory, Steve, as you're kind of putting your notes back together. Victory for the Lady Indians in that first matchup a couple of weeks ago.
Memory serves, that was, well, I'm not sure that was a Saturday afternoon affair or not. Anyway, Lane kicks it down to Caitlin Wallace, who bangs it off the glass good. We're tied at 2 apiece.
Yeah, it was a good look to a nice setup, the right low post by Caitlin Wallace, who bangs it off the glass for 2. Nice entry pass.
Out front, McDavid over to Hennard. Hennard to McDavid between the circles. And now Dobyns-Bennett in a 2-3 zone. That zone was very effective last night against the Lady Toppers.
Boy, was it. What I really liked last night was how they shifted their defense virtually on every other possession, and it really confused the Lady Toppers.
Dobyns-Bennett, by virtue of that win last night over Science Hill, I think already beforehand had secured the number 2 seed in the district tournament. There's a pass inside from McDavid to Tilson. Her attack, no good. Rebound. Potts comes down with it for Dobyns-Bennett. I think it was Potts anyway. Potts through the lane to Francis, a three from the right side. That one's going to be short, but it's going to come right back to her. Lane down low nearly took the head off of Destiny Jarnigan, who wasn't looking, and she swiveled the head, and the pass was coming right towards her. She ducked out of the way, but when she ducked, Jabria Johnson was unaware, and it went off her, out of bounds, turnover at Lady Indians. So Dobyns-Bennett now coming with the little pressure man-to-man, and driving right is McDavid. McDavid reverses field, still dribbling. Now we'll try the left side. Leaves it with Hennard, and a timeout by Lawson. Coach Lawson of Cherokee wants a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We're right here live now on ESPN Tri-Cities. All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Steve Wilmoth, Mark Halverson here with you. 2-2, 5:19 to go first quarter. Here comes Dobyns-Bennett with some half-court trapping. Here's Hennard. She gets it right side to Lydia Alvis.
This 1-3-1 zone, not many teams run it, so when they do, it really kind of confuses, and there's a turnover. Wallace is able to pick it. Really nice defensive set.
Potts driving baseline, back out front to Johnson. She swings it in the left corner to Francis. Francis over to Lane. Lane in the paint to Johnson. Dumps it down low to Wallace. Wallace turns, shoots, and scores her second field goal. It's 4-2, Lady Indians.
We've talked about that high-low tandem all season long. Worked to perfection there on the high post feed, and then to dump down to Wallace for an easy bucket.
Wallace, the first two games of this week, had trouble finishing those. Good to see her knock down the first two.
Well, she's a lot
low.
stronger from that right side,
Yep.
and both of her looks tonight have been on that right side. And she's been able to finish pretty efficiently.
Alvis for Cherokee driving and runs into Jabria Johnson, and that's a charge on Lydia Alvis.
With Lady Chiefs, number 4, Lydia Alvis, her first.
Good recognition there by Johnson. It's hard for a post to really set on the charge. You don't see it very often because they're usually guarding the low post player. But Jabria recognizing that drive by Alvis and able to step up, gain position, and draw the charge.
Senior Morgan Cordell enters for Dobyns-Bennett. Also in there is Olivia Dorn. Cordell has it out top. Here's Wallace in the lane, spinning back to Cordell. Short jumper won't go down. Rebound by Cherokee. That was Destiny Jarnigan. Unselfish play there by Wallace, who could have easily taken the shot herself.
Would have liked to have seen that unselfish play a couple hours ago.
Yeah, good luck with that. We'll get to that momentarily. Hennard with the basketball.
Oh, my.
Driving is Jarnigan. Jarnigan back to Hennard. Top of the key, Tilson. The over-under on us getting to that was 1 quarter tonight. We did not.
Kudos, partner.
Caroline Hill to the Lady Indians.
Of course, Mark is referring to his son Matt today, who had a big night, or a big day out down in Charleston against the Citadel, becoming the all-time leading three-point shooter in Western Carolina basketball history. I enjoyed watching that, Mark. Well, some of it I enjoyed, not all of it I enjoyed, frankly. I enjoyed watching him get his 4 shots in about 35 minutes and making 2 of them.
Well, thank you. We're certainly proud.
Wallace driving, leaves it with Potts. Her three's no good. In the corner, Hill saves it for Dobyns-Bennett, who entered while I was rambling about something else. Here's Potts around the top of the key. Hill on left side, Cherokee. And they lob it, intended it for Wallace, too strong. Turnover on Dobyns-Bennett.
Right idea. The pass was just a little bit on a line. If it was a little more of a lob, Wallace was there.
Cherokee has Kayla Howe in the basketball game. Shot missed by Cherokee underneath. Rebound is by Jima Brooks, who has just entered, and she knocks it back up and in, and it's 4-4. Cordell out front, fakes to 3, drives, leaves it with Wallace in the paint. She's fouled from behind on a push by Lydia Alvis. That will be 2 on her.
Just a nice drive and kick by Cordell. Wasn't able to grab a bucket. That pulled that post defender away from Caitlin, and she was able to grab the ball and then get hacked.
Senior Abigail Mead in the game for Dobyns-Bennett. Jabria Johnson also returns. Anna Hauk is in the basketball game for Cherokee as well, a 5'5" freshman. Johnson's shot out front is no good. Rebound is taken by Macy McDavid, and a foul, I think, on Dorn, pushing on the backside.
Olivia Doran, her first, team second.
First foul on Dorn, second on the Lady Indians. 4-4 here, 2:27 to go first quarter. Dobyns-Bennett entered at 15-8 overall, and second place in the Big 7 Conference at 9-2. Cherokee with a chance to play its way out of that play-in game. Shot missed by the Lady Chiefs. Caroline Hill with another rebound for Dobyns-Bennett. Johnson thought about a three, decided against it. Hill driving right, leaves it with Potts, who circles back out top. She'll go right side. Hill, Johnson turns face to basket, fakes Destiny Jernigan up in the air, puts the ball on the floor, drives to the rim, and scores.
Yeah, used her body really well to kind of shield Jernigan, create that space to get the shot off.
Jernigan out front for the Chiefs. She will leave it with McDavid. McDavid back to Hauk. Coming left wing is Brooks. Back to Hauk. Dobyns-Bennett in a 2-3 zone this trip. Cherokee throws it around the perimeter, now in the corner. Hauk can't find a shot. She'll lob it back to Hauk. A minute to go here in the quarter. Brooks. Hal still can't shoot. Brooks, McDavid, and finally Hal from the left corner. No good, a line drive. Jernigan the rebound, and she's fouled as she spins back to the basket.
Foul the Lady Indians. 24.
I believe that will be on
Abby Mead, her first.
Will be on Abby Mead, her first, team third. So
Jernigan.
Jernigan to the free throw line for the Lady Chiefs. Shot good by Jernigan. Substitutions, Madeline Lyons, Caitlin Wallace, Emily Lane returning.
You have to think that Coach Francis is going to use his bench quite a lot tonight. Last night was an emotional and physical taxing game on Lady Indians after that big, huge victory against Lady Toppers. And you'd think they would come in a little bit on the sore side.
Yes.
As physical it was, but a brilliant game played by the Lady Indians.
Hill over to Lane. Lane swings it to Lyons. Lyons back to Lane. Lyons on left wing. Looking for Johnson. Johnson from the left elbow, lobs it to Wallace, misses the shot, gets her own rebound and is fouled. Going back to the basket. Caitlin Wallace, who earlier today announced she would be going to Trevecca Nazarene
Team foul number
to
3.
play college basketball. Good for her.
Good for her. Nice little scissor screen right there in the middle of the lane with Johnson and Wallace as they kind of crisscrossed into the middle for that double feed action, and was able to get Wallace a pretty good look.
Wallace will join another local product down at Trevecca, that being former Daniel Boone Lady Trailblazer Bailey Carmichael, who's down there. Free throw by Wallace is missed, and Jima Brooks rebounds for Cherokee. Hennard, who's back in there, has the basketball over to Hauk. Hauk driving in the corner. Jernigan, 11 seconds to go here in the period. Out front, Hennard. Hennard driving right all the way down. Shot around Wallace, no good. Emily Lane rebounds for Dobyns-Bennett. 2 seconds, 1 second. She will launch from half court, and it's just off to the left. No good. And we played 1 quarter. The score at the end of 1, Dobyns-Bennett 7, Cherokee 6. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
to begin playing.
All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. We start quarter number 2, Cherokee basketball. Just to my right, Mason McDavid will inbound. She gets it in backcourt to Hennard. Dobyns-Bennett opens in a 2-3 zone. Lyons and Francis out top. Wallace, Johnson, and Lane running the baseline. McDavid playing catch out top with Hennard. And now here comes the trap.
That's that run and jump defense that the Indians employed a little bit last night, and I thought was a really kind of a risky attempt early, but then it resulted in some nice defensive action against the Lady Toppers, and they've used it again here. That little run and jump where you look like it's just a standard 2-3, and then all of a sudden, boom, once the ball gets to a particular spot, you've got two that run out and try to create a trap, and that's exactly what happened. And Lawson, Coach Lawson from Lady Chiefs, drawing something up against that aggressive attacking defense by the Lady Indians. And we've talked about this, Steve, many a time, but I think Coach Francis does as good a job as anybody around here in mixing up his defenses and confusing the opposition, and right there, that was an indication.
Yep. After the timeout on the inbounds, Cherokee throws it away. So a turnover on the Lady Chiefs.
4 turnovers for the Lady Chiefs, 2 for the Lady Indians. Here early in the second.
Dobyns-Bennett still man-to-man of the Lady Chiefs. Lane out front. She swings it to Francis on left wing. Francis looking inside to Johnson. Wallace instead out top, swings it to Lyons. A long 3 by Lyons. No good. And a rebound by Macy McDavid. Quickly in transition brings it the other way. She'll toss it to Hennard. Hennard is Dobyns-Bennett man-to-man this trip. McDavid checked by Francis. It's every time down the floor, isn't it, Mark?
Just seems like it. And they are so well coordinated, and it's choreographed. They really react well. Nobody gets into confused position.
Driving down the right side for a tough angled shot off the glass. Samantha Tilson. No margin for error there, did she? And Cherokee leads it 8-7. Francis lobs it inside to Johnson, and Johnson will score.
That's a perfect lob pass in position in the low post by Johnson. Nice feed by Francis.
Johnson and Wallace have all of the Lady Indian points here thus far. Out battling at front and midcourt against the Dobyns-Bennett pressure defense, and then Lane knocks it away for the steal. Here comes Dobyns-Bennett. Lyons. Lyons down low to Wallace. Wallace skip pass in the corner. Francis for 3. Back iron, no good. Johnson rebounds, and she's hammered. Going back up, she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Good hustle by Jabria on that long rebound off the miss by Francis.
Jabria Johnson, shooting 2.
Another offensive board by Jabria.
Foul is on Hennard. Her 3rd, team 4th, and Johnson to the line for 2 shots. Johnson's free throw, good. Potts returns for Dobyns-Bennett. Jaden just was fantastic last night.
You know, she scored, and we talked about this on the air last night, she scored 2 late layups. Prior to that, had not scored, and she still dominated the basketball game.
No question. Johnson misses the second. Jarnigan rebounds.
There's not enough said for tempo control and how you dictate it. And she just was, at 5'1" or whatever she is, was just dynamic. I'm not sure she made a bad decision the whole night.
4-year starter is Potts. Playing here on senior night. Here's McDavid, and McDavid fouled on the sideline. That will be on Emily Lane. Her first, team 4th.
Emily Lane, her first.
5:56 to go here in the second quarter. Kind of what I thought it might be falling last night, to be honest with you.
Emotional game in a big game situation on the road. It's taxing both physically and mentally.
You had senior night on top of it coming back.
Right. That's right. It's a hard thing to deal with.
Cherokee with it. This is McDavid. Tilson swings it to the right side to Alvis. Alvis driving baseline, misses the shot, draws a foul. And Her reaction, Emily Lane will be whistled.
3, Emily.
Indeed.
Number 5.
To the line at Lydia Alvis.
Lydia Alvis shooting 2.
Alvis lines it up left-handed. I didn't know she was left-handed, to be honest with you. Missed the first.
Well, what's interesting is all of her drive, all of her straight line attacks have been from the right.
Well, I thought. Free throw by Alvis left the second one short as well. Wallace the rebound. Here comes Jaden Potts. Potts lobs it to Lane. Potts comes through. Inside to Johnson. Johnson spinning, shot off the glass. Is good.
That's a great power move right there by Jabria. Felt the defensive pressure on her left hip and spun back to her right and was able to connect. Really good feel there by Jabria.
Tilson gets it over to Alvis on the right side, and Alvis gets a tough angled shot off the glass to go. Francis in the right corner for Dobyns-Bennett. Lobs it down low, wanting to get it to Wallace, but Wallace couldn't get there in the turnover. And now Ellie Francis comes back with the steal, however. Wallace at the foul line, out to Francis, a 3 from the right wing. Count it. Ellie Francis knocks down the 3, and it's 15-10. Biggest lead of the game for Dobyns-Bennett with 4:40 to go first half.
That's what good ball movement does, though, Steve. Just got an open wing, and Francis knocked it down, and then another steal by the Indians.
Francis came up with it. Might have been deflected by Potts out here. Here's Francis around the screen. Still with it. Wallace out top. Over to Potts. Potts gives it to Wallace. Wallace driving to the basket. Makes the layup good.
Wallace from Potts.
Not sure why they completely left Wallace out there. I mean, they went and double teamed Potts on the right side, and Wallace had a clean angle to the basket.
And I'm not even sure that was the play. I think Wallace was smart enough to recognize the space. The lane was wide open, just went right down, took it, and up off the glass and in, and Lady Indians up 7.
Dobyns-Bennett comes in here 9-2, 14-8. Cherokee at 4-7 and 7-10. And currently 1/2 game ahead of Tennessee High for the 4th spot in the district standing. So the Lady Chiefs can pull the upset here. They will be cleared in the 4th position. If not, there's a 3-way tie for 4th between Cherokee, Tennessee High, and Volunteer. And then you have to go to head-to-head among those 3 teams. And the way that shakes out is amongst the 3 teams, Tennessee High's 3-1, Cherokee's 2-2, Volunteer 1-3, and that's how the seedings would stand. It would be Tennessee High 4, Cherokee 5, Volunteer 6 in the district tournament next week. And for Dobyns-Bennett, none of that really matters because their first game is going to be between either well, it could matter. Well, maybe not. Anyway, they're going to play either the 3rd, 6th, or 7th seed in the semifinals next Thursday, right here at the Buck Van Huss Dome.
They have a game time yet set up?
No, they do not. We'll have to ask about that. I'm guessing that those all games are going to be like at 7 o'clock. It's going to be my guess. Cherokee comes, more trapping defense by the Lady Indians. Caroline Hill is back in the game. Enjoy Bristol as well. Jarnigan driving left baseline all the way through. Almost got too deep, missed the shot, and then on the rebound, we've got bodies on the floor.
Arrow to the Lady Indians.
And we're going to have a jump ball and give the jump ball alternate possession to Caroline Hill. So here comes Potts. Potts with it to Bristol, to Lane, Francis. Hill off the screen, fakes, Hill on the attack. Nice pass inside to Wallace, who misses the shot but draws a foul.
All started by a little bit of a ball fake by Carolina Hill on the left wing. That drew the defender. She kind of had to close out.
Shooting 2.
That allowed her to get into the defense, in the middle of the defense, and then feed Wallace. I tell you, the freshman has really been playing well, Steve. More and more minutes that she's earned because she's deserved.
Wallace misses the first free throw. Second shot by Wallace. That one is good. And the Dobyns-Bennett lead is now 18-10.
Wallace with 8.
Jarnigan against full court pressure. Jarnigan picks up the dribble, needs help. Somehow got it to Hennard. Hennard down the left sideline is trapped to Tilson. Tilson takes it to the basket and scores.
Well, good recognition by Tilson on the overplay by the Lady Indians. They got a lot of defenders kind of in between the circles, and that gave some numbers and a little matchup advantage for them.
Potts driving to the right, leaves it with Hill in the corner. She swishes a 3 from the right corner, and it's a 9-point game at 21-12. Such a sweet shot by Hill. There's Jarnigan on the sideline, and she falls, and apparently when she did, she hit the sideline. That's a turnover on Cherokee, but there's a lot of heavy pressure over there again by that Lady Indian defense.
Well, just scrambling all over the place, pressuring 30, 40 feet away from the basket, and they're taking their chances, and more often than not, it's resulted in a turnover.
Bristol out top, over to Hill. Hill down to Johnson. Johnson for the layup, good.
Jabria Johnson from Hill.
23-12. Indians are getting on track now, Mark.
Yep. All started with their defense.
Cherokee has it. This is McDavid in the corner to Howell. And now driving down the right side of the lane is Hennard, and Hennard had it knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Chiefs.
If you notice that the scramble defense of the Lady Indians has really upped the tempo of the Lady Chiefs and kind of got them out of sync a little bit early on. You mentioned how they like to be patient and work to get an open shot. Right now, they're really moving to the speed and the liking of the Lady Indians.
Tilson splits the defense in the corner. A 2-point basket attempt, no good. Rebound by Johnson. There was Brooks on the miss. Dobyns-Bennett tried to get it inside, I think, to Bristol. And pass goes awry and out of bounds back to Cherokee.
Lady Indians have turned 5 turnovers, forced 5 turnovers here in the quarter. Six minutes of playing time.
Howell to McDavid. Back to Howell, and then Potts knocks it away. Potts all the way down for the layup, good. The steal and the bucket by Jaden Potts. And it's 25-12, Dobyns-Bennett. Quickly the other way, and a foul from behind on Dobyns-Bennett as they were chasing Hennard down the floor.
You know, we've seen the 1-3-1 in the trap and a little bit of the run and jump. We've not really seen a scramble like they've run here tonight. And again, Coach Francis putting in yet another defense, and it's been very effective.
Here's a runner from out front, wild shot, no good. And Caroline Hill rebounds. Hill's going to take it all the way down. Shot off the glass by Hill is good. Taking some contact and muscling the shot up and in. It is 27-12. It's a 20-4 run since Dobyns-Bennett trailed 8-7. Alvis back to McDavid. 1:17 to go here in the first half. Left side, this is Hennard. Dobyns-Bennett in a zone.
You can see why they're gassed with all that they've been running around. My gracious, pressure's been unbelievable.
McDavid and Hennard over on the left side. Nothing happening. In the right corner with it is Alvis, and then here's a near steal by Dorn, and then Dorn had it knocked. It was actually knocked down as she went down and hit her leg out of bounds, and it will stay with Cherokee.
And a help in for the Lady Chiefs, Cordell and Meade for the Lady Indians.
Abigail Meade and Morgan Cordell, 2 seniors back in there for Dobyns-Bennett. All senior lineup right now for the Lady Indians here in the final 50 seconds of the first half. Anna Hauk for Cherokee has it over to McDavid. Alvis back to Hauk.
Notice how the Lady Indians move their feet in this zone. Never are they flat-footed, all of them. Even though the ball's not near them, they are shuffling on their toes and resulting in yet another steal.
Lane with the steal. Lane, the pass to Potts. Potts all the way down for the layup. What a pass, what a catch, and what a shot by Jaden Potts. And it is 29-12.
It's 3 assists for Lane here in the first half. 4 points for Potts.
Tilson is fouled at half court on a bump by Lane.
Lady Indians 23. Emily
That's
Lane,
3 fouls on
foul,
Lane and 7 on Dobyns-Bennett. And so it'll be 1-on-1 with Samantha Tilson at the line for the Lady Chiefs.
Shooting 1 and 1.
I'm not sure they're going to get Lane out of there with 6 seconds to go. She's got 3 fouls. I assume they understand that.
Tilson's free throw's good. She's got 5. It's tops for the Lady Chiefs. Free throw by Tilson is good. So it's 29-14. Potts, 5 seconds, all the way down to Francis. A three from the left corner will not go in. It was all but down, but came out. Rebound by Houck, and we are at halftime. Scored at halftime, Dobyns-Bennett 29 and Cherokee 12. We're back in 3 minutes, 3-minute timeout right here on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Indian Nation, please welcome to the court the Dobyns-Bennett Spirit Shakers. Let's hear it for the Spirit Shakers.
All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Dobyns-Bennett's Lady Indians winning 29-14 at halftime over the Cherokee Lady Chiefs. It was a slow start to this basketball game. Dobyns-Bennett led it 7-6 after one quarter. A Samantha Tilson drive put Cherokee up 8-7 early in the second. But Dobyns-Bennett closed the first half on a 22-6 run, and they lead it now by 15 at halftime. Mark's got our first half numbers.
Certainly do. First of all, for Coach Jason Lawson's Lady Chiefs, they came in at 7-10 overall, 4-7 in the league. They had 6 points in the first quarter, 8 in the second, total of 14. 4 for 11 inside the arc. Interesting, they did not attempt a three-point shot in that first half. Defensive spread just not allowing them to get anything on the perimeter. 6 for 8 from the line, 7 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive, total of 9. They had 10 turnovers. Leading scorer was Samantha Tilson with 6, 2 each from Jernigan, Brooks, Alvis, and McDavid. Rebounding edge went to Destiny Jernigan, who had 3, and a couple of assists shared by a couple of players. For the Lady Indians, 15-8 overall, 9-2 in the league. They had 7 in the first quarter, kind of to your point, where they kind of started off a little bit sluggishly, and then that second quarter just exploded with their defensive pressure, allowing them to get in some transition, some easy buckets. Total of 29. They were 10 of 13 inside the arc, 2 for 8 outside. That's 12 for 21 overall. Good shooting by the Lady Indians. 3 for 6 from the line, only 4 turnovers for the Lady Indians. 12 total rebounds, 7 defensive, 4 offensive, and 1 team. Leading scorer was Jabria Johnson with 9, Caitlin Wallace with 8, 5 by Hill, 4 by Potts, and 3 by Francis. Rebounding edge went to Jabria Johnson with 3 along with Hill, and 3 assists for Lane to go along with 2 steals. Potts also had two assists and a steal. So those are the numbers right now at the half. 29 for the Lady Indians, 14 for the Lady Chiefs.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with third quarter action. The Dobyns-Bennett's Lady Indians look to close out the regular season here against Cherokee and get ready for next week's District 1 AAA tournament. We're back in 2 minutes on your Voice of the Indians, ESPN Tri-Cities. What's up, man? You all right? Doing great. Doing great. All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. We get closer to the start of the third quarter. Remind you, we'll have boys action coming up next. And after the boys action, we will be getting out of here as quickly as possible following our interview with Coach Chris Poore, as there is a certain ball game up in the Bluegrass State that some people around here might be concerned about.
You'd be one of them.
I'd be one of them, yes. Also, a game tomorrow that folks around these areas might be concerned about, and that, of course, is Super Bowl 55. And great news if you're a local sports fan, in that Kingsport's Daniel Kilgore has been cleared to play in that game. Got that proverbial test report back, and my understanding is he's flying out tomorrow morning to get down to Tampa. He will not have practiced all week, but hopefully he can still get out there on special teams and get a ring on. And I think he's 33 years old. If he can win that game tomorrow, that might be it. Might call it after that.
Yeah, you may be right. My son Todd and Daniel are really good friends, and his wife and Todd's wife are best friends, and I'm thrilled for him. And you know, with the offensive line situation that the Chiefs have with a couple of guys out, you know, he may see more action than we think. I know he hadn't practiced much, but they may not have any choice. I know that earlier in the season when they had some line problems, they moved their center over to a guard position, I think, and then Daniel went to the center. So
their center was hurt for a couple games
too.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I saw Daniel last summer at a Sullivan County Commission meeting. He was out there with some rezoning efforts on his farm. And honestly, I looked at him, I thought, well, that guy, he's lost his football weight. He's done, you know. And then several months later, an opportunity with the Chiefs came about, and I talked to him, and they kept upping the ante, if you will. And finally he's like, well, you know, they were the Super Bowl champions last year, and they made a pretty good offer. He said, I'm back, baby.
I might have to give it another shot.
That's right. So we're really unabashed Chiefs fans tomorrow. Yes,
right.
I was told I was climbing on the bandwagon today, and I said, no, I'm driving that bad boy. So we start the third quarter. Lady Cherokee Chiefs in possession, and Dobyns-Bennett comes with that 1-3-1 half-court trap, and Cherokee has it. This is a tipped near steal by Wallace. Instead, McDavid maintains control. Tilson at the foul line, kicks it in the corner to Alvis, who can't shoot. And now it's down low to McDavid. She misses a layup. Jabria Johnson just comes in and rips out the rebound. And here comes Potts. Potts with it. Caroline Hill starts the third quarter. Emily Lane went back with Kevin Trivett, the trainer, back out of the dome here. And it looked like she was looking at something with her eye as she left the premises. So hopefully she'll be back. But Francis lobs it in the corner to Potts, who's going to shoot a three from over there, and she drains it. Francis with the assist, this time to Potts. It's usually the other way around. 32-14.
Lady Chiefs just didn't shift quickly enough. Weren't able to close out and create any resistance. A nice shot by Potts.
Tilson driving to the left low block. And Jabria just kind of got out of her way and nearly came up with a steal. And so, but it will be Cherokee basketball. Cherokee inbounds. Tilson has it. Tilson's shot will not fall. Rebound underneath by Cherokee. I think that was McDavid who came away with it, and she's fouled.
Number 11, Ellie
Francis on the foul, her first, team first, non-shooting foul. So Cherokee will inbounds. Lane has returned to the DB bench. Inbounds, comes out front. Hennard has it. Hennard, she's going to lob it down low to Tilson. Tilson working against Wallace, can't get it to go. Got her own rebound, however.
Samantha Tilson.
And scored. She's got 8, 32-16. Hill down low to Johnson. Johnson's hammered underneath. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Really nice play by Carolina Hill, driving the ball down the right side.
Lydia Alves.
That little back diagonal pass to Johnson, who had good position. And it was either going to be a layup or a foul, as Alves picked up her third.
Free throw by Johnson is no good. I had to wait because it hit the rim, bounced high up in the air 3 times before it came off. Second shot by Johnson. That one rolls in. 33-16. Back for Cherokee is Gemma Brooks. And in backcourt, a near turnover by the Chiefs. Jarnigan saves it. And across the timeline comes Hennard. Hennard is trapped, gets it to Tilson. Tilson to Brooks on the baseline. Tilson swings it out top to McDavid. McDavid working against Jaden Potts in a man-to-man defense. Leaves it with Brooks. Jarnigan comes out front. Tried to get it down low, and there's no room there. Turnover Cherokee. Quickly, Potts the other way. Wrap around pass to Hill for the layup. Good. My gracious. A highlight reel pass by Potts over to Hill.
It really was. She went really deep, and that pulled the defense to the baseline, and Hill remaining in good position for a catch and shoot off the glass for 2.
Lady Indians settle back in a 2-3 zone this trip. Brooks. McDavid to Brooks on the right side. McDavid back out front. Hennard in the paint to Jarnigan, nowhere to go. Back out to Brooks. McDavid to Brooks. Jarnigan again. Cherokee. Hennard playing catch outside the perimeter. Just no avenues to get in. Now is the open look for a 3 by Cherokee is short. Rebound is taken by Hill, and she's fouled in backcourt.
That's the
by
first
Jarnigan.
3 attempts all night.
Destiny
They had 11
Jarnigan,
attempts in the first game a few weeks ago. This being the
foul.
first here this
Carter
evening.
Ringley.
Carter Ringley, a 5'8 junior, has checked in for Cherokee. Here comes Jaden Potts. Wallace to Francis to Hill. Hill. Bounce pass back to Potts. Johnson at the foul line turns, her 15-footer too strong. Ringley is just in there, comes down with the rebound. So this trip, Dobyns-Bennett will be man-to-man. Jason Lawson over there. I think he's making personnel substitutions, Mark, based on the defense, but it changes every time down the floor.
It really does. Wallace there with a nice block off the miss. Johnson with the loose ball.
Wallace on the left low block, lobs it back out to Hill. Hill will kick it to Potts for a three, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Wallace has it. Back out to Francis for a three. Shot by Francis, an air ball, but Potts underneath has the rebound for the basket, good. 37-16. Potts, Mark, with 9. One of her higher scoring games
really
of the year.
Is.
He's exploded on the scorebook in the scoring column. It's not that she's not capable, that's just not what they need her to do.
That's not what she really does. With the tempo and the running of the offense, calling out signals on both ends. She's as good as there is with that.
And there's another turnover by Cherokee. Hill has it this time. Hill the kick out to Potts. Why not shoot a three? Short. Hill has the rebound, however. Back out to Francis. She's got a wide open three. That one is nothing but net. Hill the offensive rebound. Francis her second three, and it is getting out of hand here for Cherokee at 40-16. Tilson. Talk about going downhill. Tilson was going downhill, and somehow she spun down the right low block and scored. And Bart Line supposed some perspiration on the floor, but he just wanted to get all kinds of substitutions in. I know Bart.
Tell you what, is that not a veteran official right there? Live ball situation, he just blew the whistle and pretended that there was water on the floor. There was a slew of players wanting to come in. That's pretty nifty work there.
Lane is one of those that's back in. To Cordell in the paint, to Bristol. Kick out to Lyons. Lyons going to take it all the way to the basket, missed a layup. Rebound by Ringley. She'll get it over to Emma Hauk.
That was nifty, Bart.
You get that water up, Bart? Ringley driving, and her shot is blocked. But Cordell, I think, got that block shot out of bounds while we were conversing with our friend, the official. He was our friend, the broadcaster, last night. Tonight, he's friend, the official. With the basketball, Alvis. He'll get it over to Hauk. Hauk driving all the way through. Left-hand shot off the glass. Wow. Good by Hauk. Nice attack and finish. Bristol out front. Cordell in the corner. Cordell had it knocked away, grabs it back, loops it to Lyons. Lyons. Here's Doran, a three from the left wing. No good. Lane battling for the rebound, and down she goes. And I think she was fouled.
Foul on the Lady Chiefs.
I like that play, though, by Lyons drawing the defense on her attack and left Doran wide open in the left corner. He's very capable of making those shots.
Inbounds to Bristol. Back to Lyons. He'll launch a three from the corner. Too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Cherokee to Dobyns-Bennett. Is that our first team rebound of the game? Second? On either side. Is that right?
They have one, we have two.
Okay. I've obviously missed them. Inbounds Dobyns-Bennett. Lyons to do the honors. Lyons lobs it to Cordell. Cordell drives left to the left elbow. Back to Lane. Over to Lyons. Lyons will drive the baseline this time. Skip pass in the corner to Cordell for three. Too strong. Rebound. Ringley had it, and Lane just took it away from her. I mean, Ringley had the rebound, and Lane just came there and said no. She took it away from her.
Foul the Lady Chiefs.
And then underneath, Lane got it, I think,
second. 14
to
foul.
Lyons, and Lyons was fouled. So Lyons will throw it in. Doran swings it to Lane. Lane to Cordell. Cordell to Bristol in the paint. Bristol, shot by Bristol, no good. Cordell fighting for the rebound, has it. Her putback is short. And here comes off the tip. Cherokee with it, Anna Hauk. All the way down, Hauk shot, no good. A blocking foul on Dobyns-Bennett. The count is 40-20. By the way.
Emily Lane, her fourth.
Lane's fourth
Team
foul.
Number 2. Shooting two for the Lady Chiefs, Anna Hauk.
Hauk. free throw. Shot by Hope is good. Caroline Hill set to check back in for Dobyns-Bennett. It does so. Out will go Lane.
Ava Morgan in for the Lady Chiefs.
Ava Morgan in for the Lady Chiefs. Morgan was unavailable in the first game. She's the daughter of athletic director Andrew Morgan. She was quarantined the first game. Morgan, a 5'4" freshman in the game. Also for Cherokee, Bella Markham, 5'6" sophomore, is in there. See if I've got everybody. Maybe, maybe not. Here's Lyons. Lyons all the way in, leaves it in the corner for a three by Doran, no good. Rebound tipped. I think it went off of Cordell, and it did to Cherokee. Inbounds comes to Morgan. Morgan in backcourt travels. That's a freshman against Dobyns-Bennett's pressure defense. 1:17 to go here in the third quarter. Bristol to Lyons. Lyons crossover dribble. Cordell, right elbow. No look feed to Hill, who missed the layup. Hill fighting for it. We're going to have, what, a jump ball?
All possession arrow to the Lady Indians.
Stay with Dobyns-Bennett. Ellie Francis to check in.
Ellie Francis.
Doran will go out. And we're going to run a play for Ellie here. Ellie off the screen, has the ball. The defense came. She fakes to three, moves closer, misses the shot. Lyons the rebound. Back to Francis in the corner to Cordell. Cordell back to Francis, over to Lyons. Lyons. Over to Hill. Hill back to Francis. Hill now kicks it to Lyons. Lyons back to Cordell. Cordell driving left, spinning back right, back to Francis out front, and they'll bring it to Lyons with 25
that's
seconds.
Really patient offense. Good attacking lanes. When they recognize the defense, they pull it back out. Instead of trying to force something that's really not there. Just a lot of maturity on the floor right now. These Lady Indians really playing with poise.
Bristol missed a cutter, drives to the basket instead and scores. 42-21. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Score at the end of three. Dobyns-Bennett 42, Cherokee 21. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Courtside, senior night parents, to the courtside, please.
How about Jordan Spieth shooting a 61 today? 18
61?
under. 18 under.
Wow.
Glad to see him back. He seems like a really good kid.
Yeah. Where are they?
They're playing out at
Begin play in the fourth quarter. Possession
Waste
arrow
Management
to the
out in
Lady
Phoenix.
Chiefs.
All right, we start quarter number 4 here at the Buck Van Huss Dome, and Dobyns-Bennett has 5 of its 7 seniors on the floor. Its starters are in there. Cherokee returns with its starters as well. Well, I think so. Anyway, it doesn't matter because Potts has the steal. She's going to take it all the way down for the layup. Good. And she's in double figures with 11. 44-21. Dobyns-Bennett sinks back in that 2-3 zone. McDavid to Hennard, back to McDavid. Tilson, right elbow, driving around Johnson, lost it out of bounds. Turnover, Cherokee. They're piling up on the Lady Chiefs.
It's 15 right now, 13 through the third quarter. Back-to-back possessions. here to start the fourth.
Lane to inbounds for Dobyns-Bennett. Gets it to Potts quickly. Potts is ahead. Potts lobs it to Johnson. Johnson kicks it to Francis. Back to Lane out top. She'll shoot the three off to the mark, but it comes right back out to Ellie Francis. Back to Lane. Wallace driving, loops it to Francis in the corner. She'll shoot the three from there. No good. Rebound, Hennard. Hennard drives on the baseline. Potts is there to shut her down. Tilson. Back to Hennard. Lady Indians back man to man. McDavid on the right wing. Jarnigan comes out. She'll give it to Hennard, or tried to. Hennard had it go right through her hands. Turnover, Cherokee, 44-21. Dobyns-Bennett on top with 6:41 to go. So Potts. Potts over to Francis. Looking inside to Johnson. She wants to lob it to Johnson. Does so. Johnson catches it and gets it to Potts for the three. No good. Backside, Lane fighting for the rebound, and they say she knocked it out of bounds. Alvis for Cherokee. Over to Hennard. Hennard works against Potts. The near steal by Francis as she knocks it into the Cherokee bench.
Up 23. Played Science Hill last night. You can't imagine they have a lot of energy, and they're still running all over the place, deflecting passes.
Yep.
And
you got more energy than I did, and I didn't play last night. Didn't sleep much either, but nonetheless, there's another turnover by Cherokee. That's what, 17?
You know, and that's their MO. We've talked about this. The Lady Indians, they're really a good defensive team. They really are. They play a lot of different defenses. They force a lot of different actions. And that's how they kind of create their offensive set. So give them credit.
Wallace. Potts lobs it down to Johnson, and that's a layup good by Jabria Johnson.
From Potts.
Potts, 4 assists.
4 assists, 3 steals, 11 points. Another good night.
McDavid. Top of the key for Cherokee. Over to Alvis. Alvis around the screen. Shut down by Lane. Tilson driving, and a bumping foul on Johnson. 2 fouls on Johnson. 3 on the Lady Indians here in the second half.
Number 3.
5:25. Got to wonder how long he'll stay with his all-senior group here. I know it is senior night, so probably longer than normal.
Longer than normal. But they've got a lot of season ahead of them, too, with the tournament.
Here's a spin in the lane by Alvis, and I think Johnson whistled for another foul.
The Indians, Jabria Johnson, her third.
3 on her.
Fourth.
Will they call that a shooting foul? No, they will not. They'll say on the baseline.
Tilson kind of got out of control, but Johnson did reach in, kind of bailed her out.
Cherokee inbounding to Tilson. And over to Alvis. Alvis spinning. Wild shot. No good. Johnson. Man, I'll tell you what. Johnson off the floor to get the rebounds. Lane swings it to Francis for 3. Good. By Ellie Francis, her third 3, and it's 49-21.
And Lane with 4 assists. 3 of them to Francis.
3-point attempt by Cherokee is missed. Rebound, Lane is knocked down. And so Jarnigan races to the corner to retrieve the loose basketball. And now we're going to have substitutions. My guess is we may have some water on the floor somewhere. Alvis had it knocked away. Johnson diving for it. I'm going to have a jump ball, and it will go to Dobyns-Bennett on the turnover. And on the dead ball, here comes the substitutions. Lyons, Bristol, Cordell, and Shaylin Henson for the Indians. Carter Ringley has returned for Cherokee, also Anna Hauk. Here's Lyons. Lyons with it. Cordell to Bristol. Bristol spins in the lane. Out to Henson for three, no good. Cordell tips it in the corner. Francis trying to save it. Does so, but right to Cherokee. So here come the Lady Chiefs. 4 minutes to go in this one. Hauk. Here's a near steal there by Henson. Working against Howell. Back to Emma Hauk. Howell has it on right wing. And then just taking it away from her was Henson, but Henson, oh, she did take it away from her.
Yeah, she did.
Off of Cherokee.
Yeah, and as she ran away with it, she kind of lost it, but run out of bounds off one of the Lady Chief legs.
Ellie Francis heads to the Lady Indian bench as Olivia Doran replaces her.
It's 10 Lady Indian steals tonight.
We had them for 12 last night.
Yeah, and I may be a couple short.
Riley, excuse me, that's not Riley. That's who's that? That's Riley Hollowell wearing 4, isn't it? Or is that Jaden Lawson? Okay. Lions. Rebound. Henson has a rebound. Yes, it is Jaden Lawson. Lions spinning, nowhere to go. Here's a three by Shaylin Henson, top of the key, no good. Rebound Bristol, and Bristol had it tipped off and out of bounds. Abigail Mead, the senior in the laid up for the Lady Indians with 3 minutes to go. Bella Markham back in for Cherokee. Inbounds to Cordell. Cordell fakes all the way through, missed the layup. Mead comes in to get the rebound, shoots and scores.
Mead and one.
That's a senior that wanted her moment right there, Mark Halverson.
And she got it off the miss by Cordell, a rip rebound and a spin. You can see that English off the glass, pretty fancy by Abby Mead.
Mead with a three-point play. It's 52-21. Cherokee with it, Hauk.
What I liked was how the bench over there kind of went crazy for her. How about that?
Shot on the baseline by Cherokee's way long. Cordell rebounds for Dobyns-Bennett. Cordell over to Lions. Lions on the attack. Lions layup is blocked by Ringley and picked away by Hauk. Emma Hauk all the way in the paint. Kicks it out to Markham. Markham pulls up for the 15-footer, no good. And we have a jump ball inside. And I think it stays with Cherokee.
Lady Indians, Ava Morgan, Kaylee Gillen for the Lady Chiefs.
Hannah Fry in for Dobyns-Bennett. Ava Morgan in for Cherokee. Inbounds pass is thrown away. It's 20 turnovers, is it not?
It is.
It's 45 turnovers by the opposition in the last 2 nights. Fry to Henson. Mead working inside, wanting the ball on the post.
You know, that comment's not really a criticism against the other team. What it is what it shows is the defensive prowess that the Lady Indians have employed in the last 2 days. What they have done with their pressure and their scrambles has just created all sorts of mess on the opposition and resulted in a bunch of turnovers.
There's Hollowell for Dobyns-Bennett entering. Inbounds to Fry on the pass from Jaden Lawson, and Fry's on the board. 54-21. Cherokee with it. Have senior night activities between games. It'll be a long between games, won't it? So a three-pointer from the top of the key by Cherokee's missed. Hannah Fry with the rebound. And Fry will hold it up herself. Over to Henson. Henson tried to get it down low to Hollowell. But with the steal is Markham.
That is just the 5th Lady Indian turnover tonight. 0 in the third quarter, 4 through half.
Attacking the basket is Houck and drawing the
Foul on
foul.
the Lady
is Houck.
Indians.
No, Cherokee has not scored in this quarter.
Abby Mead, her second. Team foul number
You're right.
5. Emma Hoke,
Well,
shooting
again,
2.
I mean, it's
Houck. Shot is missed. But they've not scored, and there's been all kinds. I mean, DB's played about 15 players.
Yeah.
I mean, this quarter, too, so everybody's a defender. Houck makes the second. 54-22. Jaden Lawson with it for Dobyns-Bennett.
well, they spend a lot of time on defense. I haven't been over here much, but there've been on occasion I've seen them practice. And there's a reason why they're good at it. They spend a lot of time.
Hannah Fry goes left and scores. 56-22. .38 seconds to go. Houck lobs it inside and a foul called.
The foul on the Lady
Dobyns-Bennett.
Indians. Abby Mead, her third. Team foul number 6.
Mead, her third. I do not know who number 42 is for Cherokee. Cherokee inbounding, and the floater is missed. And the rebound is taken by Cherokee. The shot no good. Scott missed underneath as well. And finally, Abigail Mead comes down with the rebound. Jaden Lawson driving. Tried to get it to Hollowell, but out of there with it is Emma Houck on the steal. She leaves it for Morgan for 3. That's an air ball. It's going to go out of bounds to Dobyns-Bennett. With 4 seconds to go in the basketball game. 56-22. Fry with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. In the corner, Lawson wants to shoot the 3. It may have been partially blocked over there as time expires here at the Buck Van Huss Dome. Final score, Dobyns-Bennett 56, Cherokee 22.
Roll Tribe.
We're back after a 3-minute timeout for scoring and stats right here on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Indian Nation, tonight is senior night at Dobyns-Bennett High School, and we recognize our senior members of boys and girls basketball, cheer, spirit shakers, and Air Force ROTC. Girls basketball senior, number 11, Ellie Francis, Anya Francis. Number 11, Ellie Francis. Number 10, Morgan Cordell, daughter of John and Allison Cordell. Number 10, Morgan Cordell. Number 22, Jabria Johnson, daughter of Tony and Tanya Foreman and Shantae Johnson. #22, Jabria Johnson. Number 23, Emily Lane, daughter of Mike and Rhonda Lane. Number 23, Emily Lane. Number 24, Abigail Mead, daughter of Justin and Vicky Mead. Number 24, Abigail Mead. Number 1, Jaden Potts, daughter of Sean and Julie Potts. Number 1, Jaden Potts. Number 34, Kaylin Wallace, daughter of Chad and Julie Wallace. Number 34, Caitlin Wallace. Our boys basketball seniors. Number 34, Jason Dennis, son of Shamba Dennis. Jason Dennis. Number 24, Zane Whitson, son of Ron and Sonia Bennett. Number 24, Zane Whitson. Our Spirit Shakers seniors, Alexis Allen, daughter of Charles and Amber Allen. Alexis Allen. Isabella Blevins, daughter of Sean and Jennifer Blevins. Isabella Blevins. Addison Deal, daughter of Michael and Melinda Deal. Addison Deal. Gracie Gibson, daughter of David and Christy Gibson. Gracie Gibson. Lacey Gott, daughter of Martin and Christy Gott. Lacey Gott. Our cheerleader seniors, Macy Baker, daughter of Frank Baker. Macy Baker. Kaylee Collins, daughter of Greg and Tanya Collins. Kaylee Collins. Izzy Hilton, daughter of Emily Hilton. Izzy Hilton. Amber Hunt, daughter of Brian and Terry Hunt. Hunt. Hannah Hurd, daughter of Tim and Shannon Hurd. Hannah Hurd. Haley Ketron, daughter of Nick and Suzanne Sherfy. Haley Ketron. Abby Lester, daughter of Jason and Angela Lester. Abby Lester. Asante Lovelace, daughter of Guan and Tamika Hill and Frederick Lovelace. Asante Lovelace. Sarah Yarber, daughter of Greg and Leslie Yarber. Sarah Yarber. Our ROTC junior seniors, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Hale, grandson of Donna Roundtree. Joshua Hale. Cadet Captain Duncan Harker, son of Candy and Oris Harker. Duncan Harker. Cadet Second Lieutenant Aiden Bramer, son of Erica and Larry Bramer. Aiden Bramer. Cadet Major Gabriel Tipton, son of Rebecca and Matthew Tipton. Gabriel Tipton. Indian Nation, this concludes senior night. Let's hear it for our members of boys and girls basketball. Cheers, Spirit Shakers. Your ROTC, Roll Tribe Senior Indians.
Surprising after what they had to go through last night, after that dominant performance against the Lady Toppers. But tonight, the last 3 quarters were just nothing short of that. They were fantastic, and he's got them rolling at the right time. And kudos to Coach Francis and his staff for what they've done to get this team ready, and the importance of having senior leadership. 5 of them that start, 7 of them on the club, and that, I'll tell you what, you can't say enough about the value and how far senior leadership can take you, and there's a reason why they play so well together.
Yeah, and those 7 seniors, Alan just got my money shot right there. All of them together at half
all
court.
together at half court.
All right, we'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back, and we will flip the page. We will flip the page and start talking about the Dobyns-Bennett Cherokee Boys game coming up here next. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We're back with more on ESPN Tri-Cities.
All right, it's time for Indians basketball. Roll, Tribe, roll. All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Dobyns-Bennett and Cherokee in the final regular season game for both. Dobyns-Bennett won the first game. I believe that was that on a Saturday night or Monday night? I can't remember. Anyway, it's not been that long ago since we traversed back down to Rogersville. And Dobyns-Bennett came away with the win that night. And of course came away with the win last night over Science Hill. The first game, Dobyns-Bennett won at Cherokee 68-42. It was 34-22 at halftime, and Dobyns-Bennett in that third and fourth quarters kind of pulled away. Jack Brider with 17 points in the basketball game, 13 for Gillespie, 12 for Malachi Hale, who I think maybe had a double-double that game. Close to it anyway. Jason Dennis with 6 points and a bunch of rebounds. Dobyns-Bennett just dominated the glass that night. I remember that. And meanwhile for Cherokee,
You know, they're coming off a win last night over Volunteer that had just beaten Tennessee Howell back-to-back nights. That was the third game in 3 nights for the Chiefs, but the Volunteer Falcons get the win. I believe it was 62 to 53, something like that. Last night, Carter Metz with 20 points. A couple of games ago, Carter Metz was way up in the 30s. And Mark, he got off to a great start against Dobyns-Bennett in the first game, but we just kind of wore him out with our defensive pressure down the stretch.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, and that's exactly what happened. He's not a kid with great size, and if you can kind of be physical with him, he's a really good player. Can shoot it from all over the floor. He had 15, but he had foul trouble early, and then really didn't get going until later. But yes, if you can stay on him and make him really work. Jacob Kenner had a pretty good night that evening. They only had 4 guys that scored in their 42-point performance. And that was a night, if you'll recall, Steve, where we really struggled taking care of the basketball. We had 20 turnovers, and that's not our norm. If we have our normal turnover output, you know, that 68 points may have turned into closer to even 80. And then it looks like a really whitewashing of the Chiefs. But yeah, Carter Metz is a really, really fine player, and one that you have to know where he is on the floor at all times. And the ball's in his hands so much that a lot of times he'll create not only for himself, but for others. As I mentioned, Jacob Kenner had 12 that evening. Parker Bailey had 9 for the Indians. Pretty balanced scoring with Browder with 17, 12 by Hale, 13 by Gillespie, and 9 by Tincher. And as you mentioned, Dennis with 8 rebounds. Hale had 9. Browder had 8. We out-rebounded the Chiefs that evening, 34 to 18.
All right, we get closer to tip-off. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. I have been summoned, Mark, for a photo op. So we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. I'll go get my picture made, and we'll be back with more on ESPN Tri-Cities in 2 minutes. All right. Sorry about that.
We're good.
All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. The photo ops for Mark and myself have been completed.
Yeah, they might want to burn the end of that photo.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to anybody's scrapbook. Let's put it that way. Dobyns-Bennett comes in 10-1 on the year, looking for its 20th victory of the season. Cherokee at 3-8, 4-11. Of course, as I understand the Big 7 Conference tiebreaker rules, Dobyns-Bennett's going to be the #1 seed regardless of the outcome here tonight. That in the unfortunate event that it was a 10-2 tie between Dobyns-Bennett and Science Hill, you can't break the tie head-to-head. Both teams split in the regular season with each other. My understanding, then you go down the list. The next team is Crockett. Science Hill lost to Crockett once. DB swept Crockett. My understanding is that's the tiebreaker. And so if that's the case, Dobyns-Bennett has a 1 seed regardless of the outcome here tonight. We don't want to go to a tiebreaker. Let's not have to dive into that tie-breaking scenario. But for Cherokee, a win tonight puts them at 4-8 and into the conversation for the 5th seed. Then you have to go through that same tiebreaker again that we went through for the girls. If Cherokee loses, they're clearly the 6th and would host Daniel Boone on Tuesday night in the opening round of the District 1 tournament. So that's how it sets up here tonight, as this is the final Big 7 conference game of the season, period, for everybody. Already today, Tennessee I has upset Crockett 63-47. So go figure. Crockett loses back-to-back, or beats Science Hill earlier in the year, wins at Boone last night, and then loses today.
Crazy. That's why you play the games, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you don't want to just expect that the Indians will come away with a victory tonight. You know, they played a great basketball game last night, but one of the things they don't have is a very deep bench. We mentioned that a little bit about the Lady Indians, where they had a little bit more depth. And, you know, it's an emotional win in front of a hostile crowd on the road at Topper Nation. And the Indians just played so very, very well. But there's still a lot on the line. So you would think that Coach Poore would use that as a motivator in his pregame talks, and certainly on the way home last night from Johnson City. So season's not over yet, but this is the game where they can polish it off if they play well.
Dobyns-Bennett last night certainly had Brady Stump back at 100%. Still tonight will be without Ben Phillips, who is not dressed. Zane Whitson made his return last night from a broken wrist. And, I mean, tonight tonight's another opportunity. I mean, certainly Zane, they're going to give him some minutes and see what happens, but you know, it's a chemistry that's not been there for a while. And so right here at the end of the season, you know, it's a little bit interesting dynamic with an injured player returning to the lineup.
Well, McKinley Tincher stepped up and played so very well in the absence of Whitson. And now all of a sudden, you know, the rotation's changed a little bit. So you're right. It'll be interesting to see exactly how all that transpires. You know, basketball is a game, a little bit of matchups. And last night, the matchup really was in the Dobyns-Bennett favor most of the game, with Stump just taking a lot of the players from Science Hill off the dribble. Well, tonight it's going to be a little bit different. The matchup advantage for the Indians is going to be their size, I think. And if they can post up the likes of Hale and Browder and Johnson in the post and be patient enough to work the ball down low, I think we'll be able to have some advantages. And how that flows is kind of, to your point, going to be an interesting check tonight, is with Whitson being on the floor a little bit more. You know, where are those entry passes going to be coming from? And Coach Poore's going to have to kind of work that in as they now get ready for postseason play.
Dobyns-Bennett won't have to worry about getting 7 seniors in the game like the Lady Indians did. Only 2 here tonight with Jason and Zane, and they both play a lot of minutes anyway. So the senior night's a little bit different, but I think now at this point, with all that behind them, it's really nothing different for the Indians the rest of the evening.
No, it's just a matter of execution and keeping your head in it, not allowing you to get into next week, not allowing you to think about what happened last night. It's all about the moment. You know, you listen to the golfers, the really good ones, and how they talk about it all the time, how it's all about the next shot. You can't do anything about the last one. You got to stay in the moment. And that's exactly what Coach Poore has to talk to his team about, is not worrying about tomorrow, not thinking about last night, but getting the job done here against the Chiefs. And though you would think on paper this would be a 15, 20-point game, and it may end up being, there's enough weapons on that other side that if you get sloppy or complacent, they can stick it to you. And that's exactly what Coach Fields would like to see happen out of his Chiefs in this matchup here this evening.
Another factor from that first game is Stump didn't play the first time out against Cherokee either. So we'll see how that comes about. Of course, defensively, obviously the #1 target for Cherokee is slowing down Carter Metz. He's an outstanding player. Can get shots off, he scored what, 15 against Dobyns-Bennett that first matchup. Man, they were all contested.
All contested, they really were. And with the quickness of Stump, who can really guard you laterally, not just straight line, that I think could be an interesting matchup that you wonder if Coach Poor will try to employ a little bit. And then maybe some physicality against him as well, with Tincher coming off the bench, who likes to really get up into you, and then maybe even some size, depending on what the game looks like. So with the element of having Stump here tonight, I think will be as much of an advantage on the defensive side guarding against Mets as it will be on the offensive.
So we're almost set here for the playing of the national anthem before tonight's nightcap between Cherokee and Dobyns-Bennett. Of course, these two teams, Mark, will split ways next year as Cherokee's headed to, they'll actually stay in AAA in basketball. Dobyns-Bennett will go to the new Class 4A in basketball next year. We'll also lose Volunteer and Tennessee High in that regard. We'll welcome West Ridge into Class 4A next year. It'll be a 5-team league for basketball next year.
Of our national colors by the Dobyns-Bennett Junior.
All right,
a lot of non-conference scheduled games in order to get
unless you play
your match.
Triple round robin or something.
Duncan Harker. Team members
which I could be in favor of, because that takes away all the tie-breaking situations. Head-to-head, somebody's going to win 2 or 3.
That's right.
Anyway,
Junior ROTC is commanded by
we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're going to have the playing of the national anthem here at the Buck Van Huss Dome. We'll have the starting lineups and tip. Dobyns-Bennett and Cherokee upcoming next right here on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Now, please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps in honor of America for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Buck Van Huss Dome on the campus of Dobyns-Bennett High School for District 1 AAA Varsity Boys basketball. Tonight, our Indians host the Chiefs.
Welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Time now for the introduction of the starting lineups. First of all, for the Cherokee Chiefs, coached by Trey Fields.
Carter, Tanner Combs, and Jake Lovelace. Number 0, Carter Metz.
Carter Metz.
Number 2,
out first. Then comes Jacob Kenner.
Number 4, Trenton Kennedy.
Trenton Kennedy.
20, Jason Sattler.
Jason Sattler.
And number 21, Luke
and
Lackey.
Luke Lackey for the Chiefs. Is that the same starters as it was the first meeting? It was not. Parker Bailey started instead of
Jason Sattler. I don't even think suited.
No, he did not. You're exactly right. For Dobyns-Bennett, 5'7" sophomore Jonathan Gillespie. Also a sophomore, 5'7", Brady Stump at forward.
Malachi.
6'4", junior Malachi Hill. Also at post, 6'4" senior Jason Dennis. And at post, senior 6'4" Zane Whitson.
Are led by head coach Chris Poore, assisted by Matt Baker, Brandon Reed, James Scales,
Coached
and Domingo
by Chris
Hale.
Poore.
Dobyns-Bennett athletic director is Frankie DeBusk, and principal
Brandon
Dr.
Reed,
Chris
Matt
Hampton.
Baker, and James Scales, along with Domingo Hale on the Indian bench as well. So Dobyns-Bennett, the home white, Kingsport in maroon across the front, Cherokee in red. Not red. Is that red? That's not red. That's black.
Black.
Trimmed in red and white.
Give you a little color lesson a little later in the day.
Yeah.
A little bit surprising. I assume it's because of senior night that Browder's not on the floor to start the game. Leading scorer and one of the better players in the area.
Dobyns-Bennett controls the tip, and Whitson will come out kind of as the point guard in this against the Cherokee 2-3 defense. Gillespie out front. Whitson now on left wing. Going to lob it to Dennis for the slam dunk. Good by Jason Dennis. Well, that's a good way to start.
That's just an old Carolina back screen to start the game. Dean Smith used that so effectively so many times. What a slam by Jason.
Shot by Cherokee is missed. The rebound, however, comes down to Cherokee, and another shot missed. That one missed by Kenner. Rebound by Sattler, and here comes Dobyns-Bennett with it. Stump to Gillespie for a long three. He's going to hit the front iron, no good. Stump will come up to get the rebound. Everybody wanted to rebound, Mark. That thing bounced twice out there to Stump. Stump swings it to Domingo Hale. Stump out top. Back up to Domingo Hale. Gillespie. Dennis on the baseline. Back out front to Stump for three, and that shot is good.
Yeah, the difference there was on the skip pass from Hale. It was a little bit of a lob, and it didn't allow the shot for Gillespie. That one by Dennis had some velocity to it that allowed Stump to be able to step in it without any defender and deliver the three.
Sattler with the basketball for Cherokee. Dobyns-Bennett has opened, Mark, with Zane Whitson chasing Metz. Now Statler in the lane, tried to fake Hale, who wouldn't buy the fake. Now Metz has it. Metz, no look pass, wide open underneath for the basket is Luke Lackey. Metz the assist, and it's 5-2. Gillespie against some pressure defense. Dennis on the baseline, inside that. Lay it in.
How about Dennis with 2 assists here tonight to start early in the first quarter?
Man.
See that very often.
Magic Johnson. 7-2 Indians. Sattler. Back to Sattler, a long three from the right side. That one will not fall, and everybody just left Dennis down there to collect the rebound. Indians try to get it down the floor to Whitson. It's knocked away by Cherokee. Whitson will throw it in on the baseline for the Indians. Inbounds to Stump for three. That shot is good as well.
Brady Stump for three.
And timeout taken by Cherokee. It's 10-2 Dobyns-Bennett in the first 2:18, Mark. And, well, no real hangover so far for the Indians from last night.
Not so far right there. That the Chiefs just fell asleep off the inbounds. Wasn't really a screening action. Stump just out there kind of as an outlet. Whitson recognized it, kind of a zip pass and a jumper from the left wing for three, and Stump has 6, and the Indians have a 10-2 lead.
So Cherokee takes the quick timeout. Dobyns-Bennett comes out with a dunk on an alley-oop to Dennis. And 2 threes by Stump and a basket by Hale. And it's quickly 10-2. Inbounds comes to Sattler. Sattler driving right. Leaves it on the curl with Kenner. Kenner matched against Gillespie. Kenner back to Sattler. Over it goes to Kennedy. Kennedy driving on Dennis, out to Metz. Metz fights his way in the lane. Again, a nice pass down to Lackey. This time he can't shoot. Sattler back to Lackey. Lackey's shot is good.
Luke Lackey.
Lackey with both field goals for Cherokee. And it's 10-4. Gillespie. Stump has it again. He'll lob it right side to Whitson. Whitson skip pass to Gillespie. Gillespie moves closer. 17-footer is good by Gillespie.
From Whitson.
12-4.
Gillespie with that little ball fake and then the penetration pull-up is really where he's effective. When he goes too deep, I think that's where he gets himself in trouble. He's a really good jump shooter. Indication of it there.
Three-pointer in the corner is missed by Cherokee. On rebound, however, by Kenner. He missed that one, and Dennis clears. Malachi Hale. Indians nearly turn it over. Bart's in my way. Stump loops it down low for the basket. Good by Malachi Hale from Gillespie.
Well, we talked about the matchup advantages that the Indians have with size underneath.
Number 4.
And that's exactly what happened there. Hale was able to collect it, draw the foul, and still finish it because of his length. You know, what's he, 6'3", 6'4", but his arm length is probably more like a 6'8" kid.
Yep.
And right there was an indication of how he was able to deliver that high off the glass.
Parker Bailey checks in for Cherokee. Hale completes the three-point play.
Jonathan Gillespie.
I don't know. Gillespie can't go out and then come back in after a free throw. Got to. Well, they let him do it, but nonetheless, he went out. Tincher has entered the game, as has Jack Browder for Dobyns-Bennett. Here's Metz. Metz driving left to the baseline, or to the three-point line. Shot, Metz, no good. Tipped by Hale to himself. Here comes Hale with it. Hale in the corner to Tincher. Tincher driving baseline, back to Hale. Lays it off the glass, good.
Baseline attacking move by Tincher. That pulled that post defender, allowing that lane to free up for Hale. It's a nice little give action there.
Ginter driving through, had his shot blocked by Hale. Here's Tincher down low to Browder for another layup, good.
From Tincher, Cherokee.
And the Indians just coming out and exploding offensively after the finish last night. You weren't sure what kind of legs they were going to have, but I'll tell you what, 24 hours has made no difference in their ability to play and play with aggressiveness, attacking the glass on some nice dish action by the Indians. 6 assists already here in the first quarter. 2 by Whitson, 2 by Dennis, and 2 by Tincher. Indians up by 15.
Gracious. What an explosion. And of course, Trey Fields, the Cherokee coach, already called one timeout. That was a 30-second. This time he needs 60. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean,
well, I kind of thought they might put some quickness on Metz and then come with some physical defensive pressure, which is what they did. And Tincher, who really likes to get into the ball, and then with that double action with Gillespie on the sideline, and we'll see how they continue to do it, because Metz is really where they have to go if they're going to get many points. And we'll take that forced three that he made just a minute ago.
Yeah. And they're just face guarding him all over the floor. Don't even want him to get the ball in the backcourt. He finally does, however. And here comes a double team to get him away from the possession. They've got substitutions in there. Braden Collins is in. Here's Metz with it, and he's double teamed every time he touches it, Mark. Driving with the basketball is Lackey. Lackey gets rid of it to Colin Ryan, who's in the game. Ryan trying to get it back to Metz. Finally does so. Metz stutter steps, forces away in the lane, and the foul called on Dobyns-Bennett.
Well, if you'll remember, this is what they did with Gate City a year or so ago with Bradley Dean.
First team foul.
As soon as Bradley was touching it, a very explosive scorer in his own right. As soon as he touched it, they doubled him all over the floor, and he just really struggled. It was a defensive measure that allowed the Indians to advance into that victory.
Sean Graves in the game. The inbound came to Cherokee. The shot attempt by Lackey is rejected by Browder. And then a charging foul will be called on Cherokee as Jason Dennis takes the harm. The foul was on Colin Ryan, his first, team first. So Dobyns-Bennett has it. With 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, already up by 15. Graves for Dobyns-Bennett. Over to Gillespie. Gillespie, Browder on right wing. Browder driving, spinning. Browder's shot might have been blocked by Collins.
I think he was getting ready to pass it on the cutting Jason Dennis.
So Metz on the other end, and a foul called on Dobyns-Bennett.
Yeah, Browder went up looking like he was going to shoot it, and Jason Dennis racing across diagonally into the lane was going to be the feed.
Carter Metz, shooting 2.
Carter Metz will go to the free throw line. First toss by Metz is good. So he's on the board. Second shot by Metz. That one good as well. 19-6. Graves for Dobyns-Bennett quickly. Stutter step, might have lost it and did lose it. Kind of got away from him a little bit. Turnover on Dobyns-Bennett.
Their second. Chiefs have 1.
Substitutions for Cherokee. Back comes Jacob Kenner.
I like the tempo, though, even after that make off the free throws by the Indians, really racing it up the floor, not allowing themselves to get into any doldrums. Staying aggressive on both ends.
Ryan works the ball up the court against Gillespie. Now gets rid of it to Kenner. Kenner. Floating right back across the screen. Over it goes to Lackey. Ryan has it again. Ryan in the paint. This is Lackey. Collins.
Great.
Back to the cutting Ryan. Layup, no good. Rebound, Borrell.
The Indians are just going to allow them to play 4-on-4 is what they're doing.
Yep. Gillespie out front. Leaves it with Tincher for 3. Yes.
Downtown
Tincher knocks down the 3. It's 22-6.
I missed the pass there. That come from Graves?
That came from Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Metz pulls up, shoots a tough 3. No good. Long rebound to Gillespie. Gillespie on the right side. Gillespie drives, shot short. Rebound by Ryan. Metz all the way through. Shot at Metz, no good. The foul called on Dobyns-Bennett.
32, I shot.
Foul on Graves, his first. Team third, and Metz back to the line.
Stump.
I think,
Whitson.
or they call that on the baseline.
And for the Indians.
Called that
Carter.
before the shot.
Yes, that foul was before the shot.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to allow him to shoot that. Yeah, that was well before the shot went off.
Cherokee to inbounds. They do so to Ryan. Stump has returned. Whitson has returned as well for Dobyns-Bennett.
They're just face guarding Metz. They're not even allowing him to get into any passing lanes whatsoever. They're going to take their chances 4-on-4.
Collins back to Kenner. Kenner nowhere to go. Gets it back to Ryan. Ryan to the driving Lackey. Lackey gets it back to Collins. Lackey has it again. Finally, Metz has it. Metz double teamed. Split the double teamed and then a foul call. The double team is coming. You just can't
Fouls
reach
on the
one.
Indians.
That's
McKinley
I agree,
Tincher
but that's pretty good
second.
defense
Yeah.
there. That's just
Connor
Metz forcing his way
Moe in for
through.
the
I'm not
Chiefs.
sure there's a foul there at all. I think you just let him play on. That's pretty good defensive action right there with that tandem.
Inbounds to Ryan. Back to Kenner. Collins out front. New player in the game is Carter Mowell for Cherokee. And then there's a turnover as Mowell tried to get it to Ryan. And Stump was all over him, and the ball goes out of bounds.
We talk about forcing tempo, and the Indians right now are doing it on the defensive side, and then they're not letting up on the offensive side. They're moving it, creating matchup problems for the Chiefs. And the Indians will probably back it out here with 30 seconds to go for one.
Stump dribbling in front of us. Over to Tincher. Tincher standing there holding the ball under no pressure. Clock running, 15 seconds to go. Ryan comes out. Tincher will just dribble across court. Now motioning everybody through. Tincher. Tincher driving. Tincher in the corner. Browder for 3.
Bang!
Count it.
Jack Browder for
Browder
3.
knocks down the 3, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Score at the end of 1.
25-6.
Dobyns-Bennett 25, Cherokee 6. We're back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities. Yeah, rats. What did I miss? Oh, that's what I missed. Wow.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Dobyns-Bennett with a very impressive first quarter, Mark. 25-6. Not much went wrong that first 8 minutes. Cherokee with the basketball. Sattler is back in there. Sattler lobs it down low to Ryan. Ryan's shot is good.
Alan Ryan.
25-8. Quickly the Indians the other way. Malachi Hale. And a blocking foul will be called on Cherokee.
That's a good call.
Yep.
It's the right call. Sattler stepped in as Hale made his move.
12, Colin Ryan.
And you hear a lot of jibber-jabbering in the stands because a lot of people, a lot of times that's called a charge, and it's not.
Gillespie.
Hale had the position, and he's allowed to have space to come down, and that's when Sattler kind of moved up underneath him. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Hale will go for the line for two.
Free throw by Hale is no good. Ryan is second foul, but yeah, you're right. You don't call that a charge too many times. You don't get to heckling when it's not called.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Second shot by Hale. That one is good. He's got 8. 26-8. Dobyns-Bennett on top. Ryan with it. Metz is not even in the basketball game right now for Cherokee. Ryan driving on Stump. Stump recovers. Back out top to Kenner. Kenner guarded by Whitson. They get it to Collins. Back to the basket at the left elbow. Hands it to the curling Mowell. Mowell nowhere to go. Kicks it back out here to Sattler. Sattler pick and roll to Collins, but Collins can't handle the pass, and it's a turnover on the Chiefs.
It's 3 for the Chiefs. 2 in the first quarter. Indians had 2 in the first quarter.
Now Cherokee coming out, going to meet the Indians at half court. Gillespie trapped on the sideline, but fakes, gets through, leaves it with Hale in the lane. Tried to get it over to Whitson, but it's intercepted by Sattler.
Hale just needed to turn and shoot that little 8-footer is what he needed to do.
Sattler spins into paint and a blocking foul on Jason Dennis.
Kind of the exact same play with a little bit different offensive action, but kind of the same play as what happened on the opposite end with Hale. That's a good call. That's a block.
Shooting 2, Jason Sattler.
So Sattler to the line, free throw short. Cherokee will get Trenton Kennedy back in the game. 6:59 to go first half. Been all Indians here already, 26-8. Free throw by Sattler is missed. Dennis comes in from the left side to get the rebound. Stump quickly the other way. Stump on the attack, and a foul called on, I believe, Kenner.
Foul on the Chiefs, number 12.
Foul on Ryan. That's 3 on Ryan.
Team's 4th foul.
Okay. Non-shooting foul. Now Metz re-enters for Cherokee. Whitson to throw it in for the try. Whitson looking for a cutter, rips it to Stump. Stump to Gillespie. To Stump. Right wing, this is Hale. Stump over to Gillespie. Cherokee's in his zone here. Now Stump from Gillespie for 3 is good.
Brady Stump.
I think Stump's 3 for 3, isn't he, Mark, from three-point range?
3 for 3, and he is having a couple of, his 24 hours worth of basketball has been nothing but stunning. Wow.
Sattler down low to Kennedy. Driving his Lackey. Over to Kenner. All the way through Sattler for the layup. Can't get it to stay down. Gillespie rebounds. Gillespie Indians with numbers. Gillespie driving, had it chipped away from behind by Metz, right in the face of Kennedy. And all the way down the other side, Cherokee loses the ball out of bounds as Sattler going in lost it. But Metz knocked that ball away from the Indians from behind, right into the face of Kennedy. And he's having to go to the bench, Mark. He took a shot.
He really did. Right into the nose. That doesn't feel good either.
Yeah.
You can see him over there grimacing and all. He's fine, but golly, anytime you get something hit in the nose, man, that is just brutally painful.
Stunt will just step up and shoot a three behind the screen from Dennis. Missed it that time. Rebound by Sattler. Sattler leaves it with the trailing Kenner. Kenner's going to put it on the floor. Tried to get it on the crossover past a Mowell, but it's knocked out of bounds by the retreating Indians.
And Browder in for the Indians.
Titcher and Browder back in. This will be Kenner to throw it in. Gets it in the lane to Lackey for the bucket good. Lackey's got 6. 29-10. Stump will walk it up. Dennis putting the shoes back on the other end. Jumped out of his shoes that time, didn't he?
Probably not the first time.
Nope.
Athletic as he is.
Stump to Browder in the left corner down to Dennis. Dennis turns, shoots, and scores. He gets that position and that pass, it's over.
Yeah, you got to front him defensively. You can't allow him to have that kind of room with a defensive pressure coming from behind him. He's just too athletic, and he just goes straight up. Doesn't hesitate. Jason with 4 right now.
31-10, Metz with it. Driving on Tincher is going to pull up and shoot a 16-footer, no good. Stump. Rebounds for Dobyns-Bennett. Stump. Over to Tincher. Tincher about a 25-footer, and it's good.
McKinley Tincher, 4-3.
Of course, you get a lot of assists when, your pass results in an easy shot for a bucket, and when you make shots, your assist totals mount.
Ours are mounting because we've assisted on about every
Just
bucket.
about everything. Just a pitch and catch right there.
Yeah, I think I could get an assist out here tonight. I know somebody else could if they passed it to me. Free throw or shot missed. Kenner, Cherokee with the rebound, back to Sattler for 3. That's way off the mark. Browder rebounds for Dobyns-Bennett. Browder all the way down and lost it going up, but Gillespie collects the deflection. Back to Stump. Stump gets a screen from Dennis. Driving, Tincher. Drives baseline. Tincher loops it to Browder. Here's a 3 from the left corner. Good by Browder.
Corner pocket, Jack Browder.
Good gracious.
It's that baseline move that a lot of guys like. Tincher with 4 assists already to go along with 6 points. He's come off the bench and played great.
Yeah. Sattler from the right corner drives in the paint, tries to fake Dennis. Dennis doesn't buy it. Muscling through the defense is Lackey, and a foul called on Dobyns-Bennett.
Foul on the Indians.
Foul is on Browder, his first.
Team foul number 6.
Number 6 on the team. Dennis will go out. Hale returns.
For the Indians.
Another non-shooting foul, so Cherokee will inbounds. Kenner gets it into the corner to Metz. Metz spins through a double team. Shot off the glass is no good. Malachi Hale rebounds.
That's a tough shot against double team there for the Indians, just not giving him much to look at.
Stump to Kinley Tincher for another wide open 3. Missed it. Browder the rebound. Missed the first putback, but not the second. And it's 39-10 Dobyns-Bennett.
Well, we talked about the matchup problems for the Chiefs, particularly around the paint, and that's exactly what's happened. Indians dominating the glass, both sides.
Another 3-pointer missed by Cherokee. Metz digs out the rebound, however. Skips it back to Lackey. Sattler on the right side. Going to shoot the 3 over Browder, no good. Tipped by Cherokee, no good. That's a foul, however, on Kenner.
Foul on the Chiefs, number 2, Jacob Kenner. His first foul. Ryan and Bailey.
So 2:36, Ryan and Bailey back for Cherokee. Here comes Brady Stump for Dobyns-Bennett. 2:30 to go first half. Stump. Calling the play over to Gillespie. Gillespie And Gillespie launches from the top of the key and scores.
John Gillespie.
42-10.
If you're not going to guard it, you might as well shoot it, particularly from a guy that can drop it. They just gave him all the room he wanted to, and he stepped right into it.
Ryan gets rid of it to Mowell. Mowell trying to fight somewhere for some room. Can't. Back to Metz. Metz working. Pull up 16-footers. Good by Metz.
Well, he had to work for that one against a double team.
42-12. Stump. Gillespie, a three from the left side this time. It's good. Stump with another assist. Gillespie with the three. It's 45-12. Metz the pull up from out front. No good, but draws a foul.
A foul on the Indians. Jonathan Gillespie is second. Team's seventh.
It's 9 three-pointers in the first half by Dobyns-Bennett.
Carter Metz.
They've been wide
Shooting
open.
two.
And they've been wide open. Now it's been created by good penetration, good ball movement. They've had to double once the ball's gotten in the post, and the post have been able to kick it out some. As Metz misses the first.
In for the
Collins for Cherokee, Graves for Dobyns-Bennett return.
I'm not sure, was that a two-shot attempt or was that
was a
three?
two-shot attempt.
Yeah, okay. I know he was close to that line.
Shot by Metz is good. He's got 5. 45-13. Stump for the Indians. Crossover dribble. Stump leaves it with Hale. Tried to get it to Browder, knocked away. Hale grabs it back. Stump now the left baseline. Shot missed. Browder the tip, no good. Browder the second try, good.
Browder.
He's done that twice now. 47-13. Metz gets rid of it to Ryan. And it's knocked away, stolen by Hale. Dobyns-Bennett on the turnover. All the way down. Stump the layup. Good and a foul.
Bucket by Brady. Ice. Stump and one.
Good gracious.
Foul on the Chiefs. 0 Carter Metz. His first.
Metz's first foul.
Team
6th.
Kenner and Snyder. Shooting one for the Indians. Brady Stump.
Just attacking. You know, what do you say? Just attacking the goal in so many different ways. The perimeter, driving, kicking.
Free throw by Stump is good.
Dakari
And it is
Dixon.
50.
No answer
13.
defensively by the Chiefs, Steve. I mean, it's just, wow. And here we thought we needed to be careful about this one. This is going to end up being a runaway if it already is a runaway.
Cherokee with it. Lackey to Sattler. Tough shot by Sattler is good.
Jason Sattler.
His first field goal, 50-15. Graves for Dobyns-Bennett. Gets it to Dakari Dixon, who's in the game. Hale back to Graves, rips it to Gillespie. Fakes left, goes right, back left, in the corner. Browder a three. That's good. Gotta be kidding me.
Well, great play by Gillespie. Crossover through the legs, drew the defender. That leaves Browder wide open in the left corner to drop it. He's 3 for 3 from outside the line.
Sattler driving. There's a three in the corner by Cherokee's an air ball. Hale rebounds for the Tribe. 15 seconds to go here in the half. Dixon. Nobody's going to guard him. He'll shoot a 15-footer. No good. Malachi Hale. Nobody can out-muscle him underneath. Gets the rebound. Foul going back up. Foul is on Kenner, his second. So Malachi Hale to the free throw line for 2 shots.
The way we're playing defense right now, you know, there are times when you say, how many points do you have to score to win the game?
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think we need to score any more, and I don't think they could win.
No, I don't
I think we could just – I really don't.
No.
Defensively is just – it's been stifling, and they're getting one shot, one attempt, and no other.
Nothing. Hale misses the first, makes the second. 54-15. Kenner for the Chiefs, 3 seconds, and a foul called on Browder.
Yeah, he kind of got turned around a little bit.
Indians, Jack Browder.
Not a smart foul, but he got in bad position to Jack, and it was a good move by Kenner to kind of draw that.
Kenner will have 1+. Free throw by Kenner, no good. Tip by Collins is no good. Rebound, Hale has it. And that's the end of an incredible first half performance by Dobyns-Bennett. Score at halftime. Dobyns-Bennett 54, Cherokee 15. We're back in 3 minutes with halftime activities. Make it 2 minutes if you can.
All right, Indian
2
Nation,
minutes
let's welcome back to the court
with halftime
the
activities on ESPN Tri-Cities.
Spirit Shakers. Our Spirit Shakers are led by Amanda Cox and Maggie Boer. Team members include Alexis Allen, Lily Arnold, Isabella Blevins, Susanna Browder, Caroline Claybaugh, Addison Deal, Aubrey Deal, Claire Edson, Kelly Fletcher, Chrissy Gibson, Lacey Gott, Chloe Napier, Marley Claus, Kelsey Riley, Chloe Stefan, Sophia Vanderbeest, Amaya Wolf, and Lee Wright. Let's hear it for the Spirit Shakers. The Spirit Shakers.
And we had about 19 or 20 points there. And I think we scored 22 tonight in second, if I'm right. So that kind of stretched the game out for us. But again, real balanced again tonight. That was good to see. You know, we're making good decisions. I just like we're very well in sync right now. You know, even in the first quarter, we're slow to get going. We're still doing what we wanted to do and getting what we wanted. It was just a slower paced game.
Jaden, again tonight, didn't always score a bunch of points. Got her in double figures tonight with 11 points. You know?
Ellie was telling me there at senior night, she said, Jaden played really good tonight. I was so glad for her. I said, well, she played good all the time, but the difference was she put the ball in the bucket a couple times a night. And, you know, last year, Steve, is kind of the same thing, you know, there down the stretch, you know, tournament time, she started knocking down an occasional 3 or 2. And if we can get her, you know, she gets 3 or 4 looks a night. And if she can start giving us 1 or 2 there, and then, you know, some of her runouts, I mean, heck, she's smallest kid on the floor, had an offensive rebound putback, just like Jabria would do. That was pretty good to see. But, no, I really like where we're at right now. We've got a good balance. We're getting good balance. Jabria got going a little bit again tonight. We're just going to keep trying to keep it going in practice and keep getting better. We're going to work on a little more pressure in the ball in our half-court defense and then playing those gaps off the ball and see if we can give some people some problems.
Just talk about your 7-member senior class. They all got
record.
They all got time in there tonight and all contributed. And it was good to see all of them out there.
It was.
Tonight.
You know, kids like Abby Mead, man, she brings it every day to practice. The best attitude, the kind of kid you want to represent your program on and off the court 365 days a year. And it was so good that we could get her in there and get her a little minute. She had a good moment there where she had that and one and made the free throw. The kids just love her, man. And, you know, that's what it's about. And I've told them many times, nobody's going to remember 15, 20 years plus from now, how many points you scored, how many games you won. I said, you're going to remember the relationships. And, you know, that's what's important. That's what's important. And so this senior class has been very special, as all of them are. You know, they've helped us sustain and continue to build a positive culture. You know, they do things right on and off the court. They're just kids you don't have to worry about, and we're very fortunate to have that. And they can play a little basketball too. And several of them have gotten some minutes since they were freshmen. Yeah. You know, they were excited to come in, and they competed in practice every day. And, you know, we were just so excited to see what the future would behold, much like the freshman class we have now. And so that's exciting. And I hope these guys can keep this same motivation and this togetherness and see how far they can go. Because I told them tonight, I said, guys, you're capable. You could make a run in this thing. And I said, if you thought it felt good last night, I said, go out there and win you a district championship next Friday. We've only done it once, and I was part of it. And I'm going to tell you, it's about 3 times as good as that was last night. That's a good feeling.
No question. Of course, the senior class, you had a unique experience tonight because you're also a dad on the senior class.
Last one, man. Last one. And, you know, that obviously coaching your kids have challenges. I've been very blessed that my daughters have been extremely easy to coach. They've been like just another player out there. Yeah. And that I've been very fortunate with. I've just been able to coach them like anybody else. And we've tried very hard that with both of them, Meg and Ellie, that when we leave the Dome, we don't talk a lot of basketball at home. You know, and if I have to talk to them about things, I've always tried to do it at the gym just like I would any other kid. And I think that's helped. But it's been real fortunate, and it'll be sad to not have one in the program. But on the same sense, it'll be different too. Yeah. And I look forward to that as well.
Good deal. Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Get some work done. We'll be right back here Thursday for the semifinals.
That's right.
Against somebody. We'll figure that out later.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. Coach Bill Francis comments after the Lady Indians win earlier tonight, 56-22 over Cherokee. And so Mark giving his words of wisdom over there to Coach Francis as well, as talking about the game last night. 54-15, Dobyns-Bennett just absolutely dominated the first quarter here in this boys game. Indians had 4 threes in the first quarter, and then they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more in the fourth, and Mark will have all those numbers for you here now.
All right, here we go. First of all, for the Chiefs, 4-11 as they came in, 3-8 in the league. They had 6 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second, total of 15. They were 6 of 15 inside the arc, 0 of 8 outside, 6 for 23 from the floor, 3 for 7 from the line, 5 turnovers, only 6 rebounds. Led scoring, Carter Metz with 5. Luke Lackey had 6, Carter Metz with 5. 2 each by Ryan and by Sattler for their 15. For the Indians, 25 in the first, 29 in the second, 10 for 14 inside the arc, 10 for 13 outside, 20 for 27 from the floor. My word. 4 for 6 from the line, 14 defensive, 4 offensive rebounds, total of 18. Out-rebounded the Chiefs 18-6, 4 turnovers, 15 points for Browder, 12 for Stump, 9 for Hale, 8 for Gillespie, 6 for Tincher, 4 for Dennis, 6 rebounds from Hale, 4 rebounds from Browder, 4 assists from Tincher, 3 by Gillespie. Sorry, Steve, I'm getting these to you. Stump, Dennis, and Whitson also with 2 assists. There you go.
Mercy. It's a lot of numbers. Dobyns-Bennett in the half court here nearly loses the ball. Whitson safe possession. Gillespie Already, Cherokee looks like they got a little bit more energy defensively. Stump to Hale for 3. Shot missed. Whitson, the offensive rebound. Back to Gillespie, a long 3, and he sinks it.
Jonathan Gillespie.
That'll knock some energy off your sails, though, when you give up an offensive rebound and the opposition knocks down a 3.
Well, it happens all the time. You lose the opportunity, and then an open 3 happens.
Looping pass on the baseline down to Kenner, and Kenner attacks the rim, and he's fouled.
22.
He'll go to the line
Brady
for 2
Stump,
shots. Stump the foul, his first.
team foul. Shooting 2.
You know, you shoot a 3 and you miss it. There's a
Jacob
long
Kenner.
rebound, and everybody's scrambling for the loose ball. And all of a sudden, when the offensive team picks it up, and you end up with a wide open look somewhere.
That play brought a rare outburst from the Indian bench from Domingo. He's usually pretty laid back down there in the bench, but he was up barking at somebody. 57-16, Kenner makes 1 of 2. Here's Stump for the Tribe. Stump over to Gillespie. Gillespie back to Stump. Cherokee trying to come with a little bit of trapping action. Here's Gillespie, another long 3 by Gillespie. That one no good. Whitson fighting for the rebound. He's got it. Whitson gets it to Dennis, and Dennis lays it in.
Dennis from Whitson.
Whitson's assists are piling up.
That's 4 for Whitson tonight.
59-16. Metz gives it up to Lackey, over to Sattler. Sattler gives it to Collins. Collins down deep, shot too strong, rebound by Malachi Hale. Hale in transition behind the back. Whitson, he thought about a 3. Gillespie, baseline, leaves it with Dennis. Dennis goes in, shot good, and draws a foul.
By Jason Dennis, and 1. The foul's on the Chiefs. Braden Collins, his first.
4 assists for Gillespie. That's 3 players
Jason Dennis
for the Indians with
1.
4 assists tonight.
Free throw by Dennis. Line drive no good. Hale the offensive rebound, but it's knocked out of his hands. And here comes Cherokee, and they just lose it going the other way. Tried a little crossover dribble. Did Sattler and just dribbled it away. Here comes Dobyns-Bennett. Gillespie with it. Gillespie. Screen and roll with Dennis, and a no good, but a foul called on the Chiefs.
What a clinic. This has been just
Foul
an
on the
absolute
Chiefs.
clinic on both ends.
Luke Lackey, his first.
There, just a little bit of a curl screen for
Just
Dennis
on
coming
Dennis
around
shooting
Hale.
2 for the
Nice
Indians.
feed by Gillespie. And with a foul, Dennis goes to the line for 2.
Shot by Dennis. That one's good.
Jack Browder in for the Indians.
Dennis with 9. 5 quick ones here in the third
Yep.
quarter.
Jack Browder in for Malachi Hale. Second toss by Dennis. Got them both. And he will
Eli Day
exit for
in for the
Eli
Indians.
Day. 63-16. Wow. Metz for the Chiefs. Metz driving. Hands it to Kenner. Kenner's going to pull it from 17 feet, way off the mark. Ball on the floor, and Eli Day comes up with it. He'll hand it to Gillespie. Gillespie driving. Gillespie kick out. Whitson drives closer, leaves it back with Gillespie. He fakes a pass to Stump, and he's wide open for 3, and he drains it. 66-16. My goodness. Metz in far sideline trying to get some avenue for a shot, but they're basically double teaming. Now he loops it all the way to Sattler for 3. Over Browder is good.
Point basket, Jason Sattler.
66-19. Stump. Stump attacking, and a big collision in the lane. What's the call?
Stump went up and then
Foul on
turned and
Chiefs
looped
20,
it back
Jason
to Whitson, and he
Sattler.
got blasted.
Team's
Good
third.
recognition foul there, even though there wasn't a shot
for the
attempt.
Indians,
I'm not sure who was on. I guess they gave it to Sattler.
Bailey and McLean for the Chiefs.
Sean Graves, McKinley Tincher in for Dobyns-Bennett. Whitson to throw it in. Whitson out to Graves, back to Tincher. Tincher motioning Graves through. Whitson to Day. Day's shot is rejected by Collins. Colton McLean in for Cherokee. Here's Metz, double team, gets rid of it. to Lackey. Over to McLean. I'm assuming McLean is a freshman. Here's driving. Metz shot no good and draws a foul. I think Whitson got him.
On the Indians, Zane Whitson.
Yep.
His first, team's second.
And so Metz to the free throw line. 66-19.
Carter
4:41 still left in the
Shooting
third quarter. Free throw by Metz. No good.
Chapel Head.
Chapel
In for
Head
the
in for
Indians.
Dobyns-Bennett. Metz will have a second shot. That one is good. 66-20. Graves quickly to Tincher in the left corner. Back to Graves. Browder. Chapel Head, a 15-footer. Too strong. Rebound Metz. Metz. Here comes the double team. Gets rid of it. Back to Metz. Metz pull up three-pointer. Roll out no good. Browder rebounds. Graves. Graves tried to loop it inside. Bailey knocked it away for the steal. And underneath, a foul called as McLean was caught down there deep and Indians fouled him.
Foul on the Indians.
Foul is on Ishawn Graves, his second. Sattler back in for Cherokee. Metz will take a break. You can just tell his body language. He's about had enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Bailey to throw it in for Cherokee. Sattler off the screen. Spinning on Tincher to the baseline. Pull up 10-footer, no good. Eli Day, the rebound for the Tribe to Graves. Graves, Chapel Head left quarter, back to Graves. Over to Tincher. Tincher to Graves. Tincher will launch a three from the right side. It's good.
Bang,
Graves the assist.
for
Tincher,
three.
the 13th three-pointer of the game for Dobyns-Bennett.
Yeah, when he gets his feet set, that's when he's at his best. Not so much off the dribble, but on the catch and shoot. It might have been a walk.
Yeah, well, it might have been nothing. It was. That was a
Foul on the
49-point
Ishawn
lead. We're going to
His third,
look away
team's
from
fourth.
that. Here's Bailey to the line as Graves called for the third foul.
We should have a moving clock, shouldn't we?
It's only in the fourth quarter.
Only in the fourth quarter
Yep.
now. Okay.
Free throw by Bailey is good.
That's something they changed?
Malachi
No, has it always been in
Hale.
that?
Yeah.
Fourth quarter only?
Football, for some reason, it's 35 points in the third
Regardless,
quarter.
okay.
Yeah. Free throw by Bailey. Both of them are good, and it's 69-22. Hale has returned, inbounds to Graves. Graves, Tincher. Hale in the paint, kick out to Head, down low to Day. Day on the right block, shot by Day, won't go, tip, no good. And finally, it's McLean for Cherokee. Wanted to get it to Sattler. McLean still dribbling, Chapel Head guarding him. He'll hand it to the curling Sattler. And Sattler will pull up and shoot a three, no good. Rebound, Chapel Head has it. Head all the way through, pass to Tincher for the layup,
Tincher
good.
from Head.
Tincher with 11, and it's 71-22. Here's Bailey against Hale.
We got 6 guys in double figures.
Do we really already?
Yeah, already.
Oh my gracious. McLean driving, spinning on Head, shot by McLean, no good. Collins comes in and rips around the rebound. He's trapped underneath and gets it out here, and it's saved by Bailey. Bailey on the attack, and Graves just tied him up. I think they called a foul on Graves. Looked like pretty good defense.
Yeah,
on
I kind of got blocked off by the official here that was right in front of me. That's 4 on Ishawn.
Yeah.
Dakari Dixon.
Dakari Dixon in for Graves. And a bunch of folks in for Cherokee as well, including Metz. Also, Connor Mowell. Inbounding will be Kennedy into Sattler for three, no good. The rebound is tipped out of bounds by Cherokee to Dobyns-Bennett. 71-22. with 2:20 still to go here in quarter number 3. Hale inbounds to Graves. Graves, Dixon. Dixon over to Chapel Head. Malachi Hale. Hale attacking. Double team, gets it in the corner to Graves. They swing it to, to Head. Now to Graves, now Dixon. Dixon. Bounce pass to Day. Day. Defense collapse. They swing it back out to Dixon. Now Graves. Try to get it in there to to Hale, but it's knocked out away by Metz.
If Eli Day puts a little strength on him, he really has some basketball low post moves. I mean, he understands the position. Just needs to be a little stronger. I'm not sure what year is he in school.
I want to say a sophomore.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I was going to say he's got some game ahead of him, and he really works down the low post pretty well, and he blocks out.
Malachi Hale, the dish to Head. The three-pointer by Head is an air ball, but Day with the rebound. Driving is Dixon. Dixon's shot no good. Day, the rebound, his shot is blocked by Mowell. Indians still have it with Dixon. Graves driving. Kick out to Head. Head to Hale. Over to Dixon. Dixon. Chapel Head. Here's Graves. Thought about a 3, but he's a reluctant shooter. Graves. Still dribbling. Now Graves on the attack. Now here's a step back 3 by Graves is no good. Head fighting for the rebound, but the battle is won by Colin Ryan. I'll give it to
that had a
Metz.
chance.
I did too.
Shot was on the line. Pretty good rotation.
Metz behind the back dribble on Dakari Dixon. Shot is missed. Rebound by Graves. Graves quickly the other way. Going to take it all the way through the paint. All the way through. Left hand switch over. Layup is good. I don't think they're going to count it though. That was on Metz a hold.
His second.
And they called that before the shot. What a pretty move by
That
Graves.
was a pretty move. Oh, they did not give it to him.
No,
I
they
thought
did not.
They did. Okay. Thought the ref came out there and gave it the old 1-2.
Yeah. Should have.
Yeah.
Hale driving. Pull up jump hook is short. Rebound Metz. Metz with the basketball is Kenner. Kenner to Mowell. Mowell down low to Ryan. Ryan will shoot it over Graves and score.
Colin Ryan.
71-24. 11 seconds to go here in the corner. Graves. Graves on the attack. Head has it. Head. Dixon a long 3 from the top of the key. No good as the third quarter comes to a close. Score at the end of 3. Dobyns-Bennett 71. Cherokee 24. Back in 60 seconds on ESPN Tri-Cities. I knew the only way we weren't going to score 100 is if he had to start at 7, which we should have done. It's okay.
To begin playing the quarter, possession arrow to the Chiefs.
All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. We start quarter number 4. Indians on top. We'll have a continuous clock here in the final period. Metz out top to around 17-footer, no good. Rebound will be Chapel Head. Head, Graves, Dixon, Day, and Hale for the Indians. Graves gives it up, tried to get it to Head. It's stolen away by Kenner. Kenner's going to take it all the way down for the Buckets.
Jacob Kenner.
That's Jacob Kenner's first basket tonight.
71-26. Dixon driving. Head in the right corner. Hale has it. Up front. Hale ball on the floor. Hale out to Head. Dixon. Graves. Over to Head. Head, double team comes, gets rid of it to Dixon. Dixon near the center line. He needs help, gets it to Graves, tries to, stolen away by Metz. Saved by Graves, back to Dixon. Kick out to Head for a little 15-footer, no good. Malachi Hill, the rebound, shot good by Hill.
What a great, strong move there by Malachi off the miss. Just had guys on either side of him and just was relentless in making sure to get that ball up and in.
73-26, the count. Collins to Lackey. Lackey hands it to Sattler, who knifes in there, and a foul called on somebody.
He can't call that one. He's
Foul
30 feet away.
Ishawn Graves.
Call that on Graves. That's 5 on Graves.
Not a foul.
Brady stumping Jack Browder set the chat back in for the Indians.
In for the Indians.
Everybody that scored for Dobyns-Bennett's in double figures, Mark. Metz, what a tough shot by Metz. It's good.
Yeah, really nice the way he got his shoulders square on that as he pulled up. Kind of going diagonally.
Stump to Chapel Head for 3. 76-28. Metz in backcourt. Here comes that double team. He'll have to get rid of it. Trying to get it back to him, and they do. But he's doubled again to Lackey in the paint. Out to Kenner for a 3 is good.
3-point basket, Jacob Kenner.
76-31, Stump on the right side. Stump all the way through, Stump to the basket,
Counted
good, and draws a foul from
Brady
Collins.
Stump. Foul on the Chiefs. Braden Collins, his second.
A hard foul right there. I thought he got him pretty good.
Brady Stump.
Stump just has that blow-by ability. You know, Steve, he just can take it, particularly on the left side. That's where he's dominant. He's a left-hander. But my gracious, he has a burst, and he can just get by you in no time.
79-31, Stump goes out. Whitson returns. The senior. Here comes Metz. Doubled to Kenner. Kenner driving all the way through. Try to get it to Collins, but it's behind him out of bounds. Back to the Tribe.
Yeah, the only thing the Indians really haven't done is turned it and forced turnovers. They've only got 7 for the Chiefs. But they've just created some really difficult shots from the Chiefs, and then they've dominated the glass.
Head on left wing. Whitson coming through. Whitson try to get it today in there, stolen by Collins. Sattler kicks it cross court to Kenner. Kenner driving in the paint, spinning on Head, scores and a foul.
Bucket's good by Jacob Kenner. Foul on the Indians, Eli Day. His
Actually,
first.
they called that on Day. Okay.
42 Chapel Head, his first team 7.
Yeah, no, they called it on Head. I had it right to begin with.
Kenner, shooting 1.
Kenner to the free throw line. Shot by Kenner is good. 79-34. Cherokee clears the bench. Metz will go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 points for Metz. Averaging well over 20 a game. Is that right, 8?
Yep, and 2 for 9 shooting.
Wow.
4 for 6 from the line. Only made 2 field goals, no threes. 2 for 6 inside the arc.
Tincher for the Indians. Tincher backdoor feed. Try to get it to Whitson through traffic. Stolen by Cherokee. Chiefs all the way down. Shot is missed by Bailey, but he's fouled. And to the line will be Bailey.
Foul on the Indians. Chapel Head, his second. 8th team foul. Parker Bailey. Chiefs.
For a continuous clock, Mark, this fourth quarter's creeping along.
Well, it stops at the free throws. That's part of the problem. There's been a lot of foul shots here recently.
Senior Jason Dennis back in for Dobyns-Bennett. Out will go Browder.
Browder's had a good night. 3 for 3 outside the arc, 3 for 5 inside, 15 points. Hadn't scored in the second half, but he made his presence known when they needed to put the lead.
Bailey makes them both at 79-36. Tincher over to Whitson. Whitson lobs it down low to Dennis. Dennis' shot is blocked down there by Mal, but he saves it back to Whitson. Whitson down low to Day for the basket. Good.
Day from Whitson.
81-36. Bailey driving. Shot no good. Tincher rebounds. Tincher, Whitson in the left corner for 3. Shot way short. Rebound to Tincher. Tincher to Head. Swings it to Whitson. Lobs it down low to Day. Day turns, shoots, misses a shot. Dennis the rebound. Kicks it back out to Tincher for a 3. Good.
Downtown McKinley.
Gracious. 84-36. Lobs it underneath. Bailey did for somebody. Goes out of bounds. Malachi Hill returning for Dobyns-Bennett, I think. At some point. We'll see. Not yet. Inbounds to Whitson. Whitson. Tincher. Whitson. He'll shoot the 3 from the left side. That's way short. Gets his own rebound, however. 15-footer by Whitson. That's short as well. Rebound to Cherokee. Metz has returned for the Chiefs. I thought he was done, but I guess not. He's back in there, and they're still doubling wherever chance. McLean, a 3 shot is missed. Ball tipped around. Cherokee comes up with it. Ryan misses the 3. Head comes up with the rebound for Dobyns-Bennett. Over to Whitson with 2 minutes to go. Whitson whips it to Tincher, driving for the layup. Good by Tincher.
Tincher from Whitson.
Whitson another assist.
6 assists for Whitson.
Check out senior
86-36. Jason Dennis the checks out as Hale returns. 1:42 to go. Here's Metz. Metz to the left side. Metz gets rid of it to McLean. Metz calling for it back, but Tincher's right in his face.
And Tincher's not even looking at the rest of the play. He's not even paying attention. He's just, all he's doing is shadowing Metz. Exactly what he's supposed to do.
Metz misses the shot. Rebound by Whitson. Down to Hale. Hale's shot off the glass, no good. Makes his own miss good, however. And we've got a timeout on the floor as Jack Browder will check in, and the senior Whitson will go to the bench. 88-36 is the score. Clock running. Inside a minute to go. Metz for the Chiefs. And they just pull up and shoot it. Well, if he can, there he's going to shoot it. Shot by Metz is good, a 3-pointer. 88-39. Tincher for the Indians over to Browder. And a foul called on Cherokee.
Foul on the Chiefs. Parker Bailey.
Indians to throw it in. Browder to Tincher. Under 30 seconds to go. Browder. Malachi Hill. Chapel Head. Under to Browder for the basket. Good.
Browder.
Indians 90-39. Metz 11 seconds. McLean driving through. McLean's shot is blocked by Browder. Rebound by Browder. And that's going to be it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's the basketball game. Dobyns-Bennett, an absolutely dominating performance, secures the Big 7 Conference Championship outright in resounding fashion. Final score, Dobyns-Bennett 90, Cherokee 39. We're back in 2 minutes on ESPN Tri-Cities.
I'm missing a point.
For who? Us?
How many free throws did Kenner have?
Kenner, I had 2 for 4. Is that right?
Yep, 3 for 3 for Bailey, or 3 for 4.
3 for 4 for Bailey. Metz 4 for 6.
Yep. Anybody else make a free throw?
No, I must have missed one. We both must have missed
Well,
one.
somebody made a 3 then, and I put it down as a 2. Final was 90-39, right?
Yep. All right, welcome back to the Buck Van Huss Dome. Dobyns-Bennett opened the game with an alley-oop lob from Whitson to Jason Dennis, senior to senior, for a two-hand slam dunk, and it was on, boys and girls. Final score was 90-39. Dobyns-Bennett was just never challenged. It was 22-6 after one quarter, 54-15 at halftime. And the only question really was how many points would Dobyns-Bennett eventually end up with? Finished with 90, and Cherokee with only 39 in the basketball game. Dobyns-Bennett secures, without tiebreak, the #1 seed in next week's District 1 AAA tournament. The Tribe will have the home floor throughout, and they will open with the game on Thursday evening. And I meant to ask Bill Francis about the times of those games, and now both teams will play on Thursday. It may be a 6 and 7:30 deal on Thursday night in the semifinals here at the Buck Van Huss Dome. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But the Indians win it. 20th victory of the year for Dobyns-Bennett, too. That's always a significant milestone for any high school basketball team. 20-4 are Dobyns-Bennett as they dominated here over Cherokee. So the Indians will await and see how the tournament plays out prior to Thursday's semifinals. And we'll see, Indians will play the winner of the 4-5 game. We know that for sure. Winner of the 4-5 game. And at this point, I think that's, I believe is, I want to say Volunteer and Tennessee High. So we shall see. Mark Halverson gives me the thumbs up, which means only one thing.
We have
He's
got
finally
numbers.
done, and I can stop talking.
4-12 now for the Chiefs, 3-9 in the league. They had 15 at half. They had 9 more in the third, 15 in the fourth, total of 39. They were 10 for 29 inside the arc, 3 for 15 outside. That's 13 for 44 overall, 9 for 15 from the line. 15 total rebounds, 8 total turnovers, led in scoring by Carter Metz with 11, although it was not easy. Let me just say that. 9 for Kenner, most of which were late in the game. 6 from Lackey, 4 from Sattler, 4 from Ryan, and 3 for Bailey. Rebounding, Colin Ryan led with 4. Metz had 3. He also had 2 assists, as did Jason Sattler. For the Indians, 19 for 35 inside the arc, 15 for 25 outside. That's 34 for 60. 7 for 10 from the line. 39 total rebounds, so they out-rebounded the Chiefs 39-15. They had a total of 23 assists on 34 made shots, only 8 turnovers. All right, you ready for the numbers? Here we go.
Yeah.
Browder, 17. Tincher, 16. Gillespie, 14. Hale, 13. Dennis, 10. 3 for Head, 2 for Day, total of 90. Rebounding, Hale with 9, Browder with 6, Dennis with 5, and they had a bunch with 3. Assists, Whitson with 6, Tincher with 4, Gillespie with 4, 3 each from Stump and Dennis, 2 blocks from Browder, and there are your numbers. Indians go to 20-4 overall, 11-1, and the regular season Big 7 champion. You got to like the way they've played the last 2 nights, Steve.
My gracious. I mean, Mark, you look up and you put 90 points on the board, and you think, okay, somebody probably went crazy, scored 30-something, high 20s. Won't have anybody that scored more than 17 and still put 90 on the board.
It's remarkable what kind of balance this team has. It really is. As Coach Bohr comes over for the interview, something to really discuss. They're just they present so many matchup problems because they got so many guys that can score from so many different places on the floor.
All right, Coach Chris Poore is here courtside, and Coach, after that dominating performance, I don't really know what to. I'm going to let Mark ask something. Mark, you want to ask something?
Well, I will say this. I will say this. Last night, there's a lot of energy that comes out of that win, physically, emotionally, and yet you guys started off with the dunk play, the Carolina play, and then it was from there. It was all you wanted.
Yeah.
Relentless, both sides. The double team effect on Mets, the action offensively, the ball moved. It was really pretty to watch.
Well, we appreciate that. And, today was about coming out and giving a championship effort and clinching the title, and that's what I told these guys. We've got to refocus and play this game like we're playing the championship, because that's exactly what we're doing. And, we had an extra thing to play for tonight, senior night, and honoring Jason and Zane. And, we went back to a play we ran a lot last year, and we haven't done it this year. It takes a little bit of an ability to throw the ball where somebody can catch it, Jason to go get it. So Jason's getting his legs back, and Zane's back in the lineup. So it worked out perfect that it happened on senior night. But that's just, that brings energy to any team. And, these guys, the biggest message on offense was moving the ball. And, when we do that, you involve other people, and everybody on your team has an opportunity to contribute, and that's what we saw tonight, a very unselfish display of moving the ball. And it paid off because we made shots, made them at a high clip.
Made 10 of 13 from 3 in the first half.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I think James has 9 for 10, so halftime we're trying to figure out who missed the shot, and we were getting after him pretty hard. So, no, it's just the message. Whether you make the shot or not, you want to move the ball. You want to take good shots, and, it's easy for a good shooter, especially in a game like this, to get selfish, to get silly, or to shoot shots that really aren't, looking for somebody else. And I thought we did a good job for the most of the night doing that.
You had 6 players in double figures. Nobody more than 17 on the night that you put 90 on the board. And that's been awesome. It is awesome. That's awesome. Exactly right. But that's been this team all year long. That just exemplifies
that's
it.
Our strength. Our strength is the number of people we have on the floor that can do their job and do it extremely well. Tonight we had an exceptional night shooting. And, you got to see it a little bit more clearly. But to our guys, that's what we continually preach. Not one player in this locker room can go out and win a game for us. But with all our guys working together, we can be pretty doggone good. So we want to continue to build on this and use this as motivation for the future.
Let's talk some about your defense on Mets every time. Yeah. You were guarding him really close away from the ball. Didn't want him to get the ball. When he did get the ball, you brought 2 guys to force him to give up the basketball. It worked really well.
Well, our goal was that he doesn't shoot it. That's what we wanted. We didn't want him to shoot the ball, and obviously that's not going to be 100% effective, but I thought that we did a very, very good job making him work extremely hard. When you got a player like that, you've got to do something, and everybody in the league tries to do other things. A lot of the people are doubling him, and I thought that our guys worked hard to keep him from getting it. So by the time he caught it, especially back-to-back games, he was a little bit fatigued, and we were very effective to run 2 guys at him.
I think he was
3 for 14
from the field.
Yeah. I would imagine probably one of the worst games of his career shooting by stats, because he's so efficient. My goodness, and you watch it on film, and he's in a tough spot. But the guys that played on him, we rotated them. Zane, I thought, really gave us some energy, working hard not to let him have anything, and the guys to stay in tune to when to rotate and help out and cover the missing spots. We tried to do it down there, and we left that other guy who we never really picked up. So we did a better job doing that today.
Okay. Well, you said tonight was a championship. You weren't going to really, revel much in the fact that you'd clinched a share of the title. We thought the tiebreaker, regardless, was going to go your way, but let's forget all that. We wanted
if we played today, we clinched it. If tonight, for some reason, we got canceled for COVID, it would have went down and we'd have lost it. But as of the game being played, win or lose, we had it clinched. But for our guys, it's a championship night. And that's what our message was. And you don't get every year. You don't get to play for these things, so don't take it for granted, especially in a COVID year. And I think this team capitalized on that tonight.
Right. just talk some about the schedule for next Thursday. We're going to have a doubleheader here because the Lady Indians are going to be playing too. Do you guys have any time set up? Or
we don't.
Okay.
You know, I could throw out some times I would imagine, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I've already done
we'll have a
that,
doubleheader Thursday, and
Yeah.
then Friday. You know, I think it'll be split sites unless some upsets happen. But you know, we got what we want. It's in our hands until we give it up. So we need to make sure that we come out and defend home court as long as we can possibly do that.
That's a good point, because in the postseason now, the higher seed is the home team. We could play this thing for all the way through the sectional.
Well, the runner-up in the district tournament goes on the road 2 nights in a row. They go to the number 1 in District 2, and then they go on the road to the higher seed in District 1. So you don't want to be that number 2 seed coming out of the district tournament.
That's a good point. Hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah,
interesting.
And that'll be likely a tough place at East, at Sevier.
So you're just sending 2 teams to the region this year?
Say it again.
Are you just sending 2 teams to the region?
No, I'm saying if you lose the district championship night, you're host of 1 game, and then your second you'll play the higher seed down there. There'll be a higher seed than you likely.
Right. But a 1 versus 1 is
it'll be up here.
District 1 this year, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Or a 2 versus 2, something like that.
1 versus 1 will be up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you can't be number 2.
That can't be number 2.
You'll be down there to number 1 if you're not careful.
All right, Coach. We'll get all that sorted out. But congratulations. Also, win number 20. That's a big deal. In a regular season. So congratulations there. And I know you guys maybe take a little bit of time off, but we'll get ready for that district tournament next week. The second season starts.
Absolutely.
All right.
Roll Tribe.
Absolutely. Roll Tribe.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right, Coach. Go Big Orange, too. 8 o'clock. Kentucky. Mark, that was a fun night here tonight, wasn't it?
It was a good night. And Coach Poore, you can tell he's got a little bounce in his step, a little bit of excitement as he wants this team to really achieve goals that we talked about from the very beginning. And this team can go a long way. And they're playing at a good level. The ball movement tonight was exceptional. And, they're just a team that can make some shots. And that was the part early that you weren't sure about. And they've completed that part of it. And I'll tell you, this has got a chance to be an exciting next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. All right, enjoyed it. We'll be back here Thursday night at some point for a doubleheader semifinal night with the Lady Indians and the Indians. Lady Indians win at 56-22. The Indian boys follow with a 90-39 win over the Chiefs. For Scott Stevens, who is battling it back at the studio, appreciate you mustering through. He's not on the top of his game, doesn't feel great, but appreciate him coming in and helping us with the production. Appreciate Mark as always, and appreciate all Indian fans that were watching and listening tonight, either on the live stream or via ESPN Tri-Cities. That'll do it from Dobyns-Bennett High School. Thanks for listening. This has been Dobyns-Bennett Lady Indian and Indian basketball, and your true home for all Dobyns-Bennett sports since 1942. We are ESPN Tri-Cities. Good night and roll Tribe.